Start recording. Start streaming. I think I have everything. We'll see. Okay. Questions? Everybody got drinks and snacks?
Let me double check. Yes. Yeah, we're good to go.
Nice.
Holy
Stream's
shit,
on.
it's a huge token. You're a monster.
I'm a
So this
halfling.
is what... Look at the stream. Okay.
Yeah, you're half the continent.
Okay. So all you guys can see the old map, right?
Yep.
Yes.
Cool.
The one
All
that looks like I drew it.
right. Okay. So I'll move you to the new one. Delete the old one.
Someone sounds like they've got a fan.
Again. Okay. Everybody on the new map?
Ooh, that is an improvement.
Nice.
A little better, I think. Man, I used Incarnate and it was awesome. Okay.
That one.
One sec, I don't see anything.
What? Alex is muted again.
There it is.
All right.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is the continent you're going to work on. Most of you gave me locations where you're from. You should be able to find them. Some of them are a little small, but I think Faerun is way down in the bottom left corner somewhere. And we're going to start, and for one reason or another, you all have made your way to Gull's Roost, that little island there. Move you over to that one now. Not all the maps are going to look like this, just like the big areas. Some of them I did different, so
Right.
you'll see. Okay, to start. All right. You awaken well rested in your beds, the soft light of dawn creeping into your respective rooms. Some of you have the unmistakable pounding headache reminding you of the night you know existed but will never remember. But nevertheless, today is a new day, filled with possibility. Some inconsequential force beckons each of you from your comfort, and you manage to step out to greet the day. Somehow simultaneously. The first thing you notice is an eerie stillness to the town of Gull's Roost. The once bustling trade haven is empty, silent, and colder than you expect. The only exception is the sight of these strange adventurers, each experiencing the same bewilderment. If you want to... Oh, did we lose somebody? Oh. I'll fix you. If you guys want to introduce yourselves or just tell what you'll be able to gather from each other's characters just based on appearance alone, anything like that. We'll start Teddy.
Okay. I am a taller elf. Tanner, long black hair, big ears, but I know elves have big ears, but even bigger, like for an elf, they're still a little large, and I think she's a little subconscious about that. Silver eyes. Yeah, black leather armor. Is that enough? Anything
Sure.
more?
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
As much or as little as you want to throw out. Morin.
Yeah, so Morin is a halfling, standing at a staggering 3'2". Has very non-distinct clothes. Most of the time, he'll be wearing a olive green sort of traveling shirt and some very, very basic brown trousers. But from the night before, if you saw him, he always seemed wary about actually touching people. So if someone were to come to approach him, you would see him take a brief step back. And he has returned to his room the night before rather abruptly and without much consequence.
Okay. Tycon. No words. Damn you, Tycon. Lamp.
Is your mic muted?
Are we waiting? All right.
Yeah,
Well,
Lamp, go
while
ahead.
we're waiting on Tycon, I guess. I am a medium-sized tiefling, pinkish red, with longish hair that looks black in the light, or looks purple in the light, but black otherwise when it's dark out. With bright gold eyes.
All right, so see, no words.
I got your words now, but your picture is not moving. God damn it, man.
Now I've got words with no picture.
I'll be back.
Ray.
Hello,
Uh,
hello, hello,
so-
hello.
Hold on, I'm gonna
I can-
refresh him.
yeah, we can
Sorry.
hear you.
Whoa.
I'll refresh too.
Please work.
All right, is it my turn still?
Yeah, we'll go with Ray.
Okay, so Ray is about a 6 foot human with some oddly pale hair, very graying or white, blue eyes, and tan skin, like he's gotten a lot of sun in the past. Dressed in a lot of very light clothing that doesn't seem to be very restricting either. And he wears a belt that's got an assortment of different carved woods that seems to be of more of importance to him personally. And other than that, he has a large pole, some type of pole arm with a wrap tip, but it'd probably be a spear. Other than that, there's nothing on him but a pouch that he carries most of his belongings.
Alex, want to try again? No words. Yeah, check the little gear icon. Make sure you're doing both and receiving both. Azrock.
All right. Azrock is a very big, 6'6" half orc. He's wearing old
Damn
looking
it.
chainmail
What the
armor.
fuck?
Looks
I could hear that.
Sorry.
probably a size too small for him. Looks like it was probably made for someone else. He's got a old beat up shield, old knocked sword, and he's got long black dreads tied back behind him. And if you look close, you can see there's a little on his neck. There's a burn going up it that kind of goes down under his chainmail.
Okay. Taryn.
Terran is a human, average height like 5'10", slightly tanned, light brown hair. He's wearing simple clothes, leather breeches, a simple shirt, walking boots, brown leather duster. Simple, but it all looks very new.
Okay. All right. So we'll retcon Tycon as soon as that starts to work. So the scene is basically you come out to this town that was once full of people. It is full of shops and traders. And,
Test.
oh, I hear stuff. Is he moving?
Hello.
I can hear you.
Yeah.
I hear
All
you.
right, Tycon, what do you got?
Right here.
Hey.
And you sound like a robot, but all right.
So.
I've got video too now.
I've got video moving, but I think his sound isn't synced up.
Now.
We can hear you. I think your internet might be.
Damn it.
No, we could hear you there.
What happened?
Small loud.
His internet might be to shit. Okay, so we'll figure that out. So the town of Gull's Roost
I swear.
was full of people, traders. Usually this
You hear
time of
me, Rick?
day, everybody. Yeah, we can hear you.
Damn it.
But it's totally
Alright,
silent except
so,
for all of you coming out.
barely hear you guys.
I'm gonna mute
No.
you just for the sake of things, and as soon as he sounds good, somebody let me know.
Okay.
Do you walk up to each other? Are you doing anything? Are you gonna anything at all?
I imagine Ray's like finished gathering all his things, getting ready to vacate the room, and he's walking down the stairs of this inn with his herbalism kit and the rest just hanging off of him, looking around for his traveling companion lamp. And he's just going to be sitting in whatever bottom floor they have in this tavern, looking around.
Okay. Lamp. I guess you guys stayed in the same place, maybe?
Yeah, I'm
Great.
already at the bar.
Oh, okay. All
Trying
right.
to negotiate like how to get a morning drink here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's not a soul in the bar. The only person you see is your companion Ray. If you go out onto the street, you see the rest of these folks. 7 people in total. Nobody else. There's a couple cats running around, but that's it.
So we are outside.
You are now outside on the street.
I would like to pull out my compass.
Okay.
I'd like to look around and just think out loud. Where did everybody else go? I was expecting some birds at least, or chatter of some people getting along their day.
Okay. Is anybody gonna go up to them?
There it is, the cat that ran across the street.
Are
Hadn't left
you
me alone.
are you using your trying to get something from your compass?
Yeah, I am.
Absolute
I'm
silence.
listening.
Silence.
Dang it.
Yep. Okay. Once you guys make your way out onto the street, I imagine you're a little tentative, a little hesitant to meet strangers. You notice at the far end of the town where the docks extend over the still water, there is a lone figure. Weird noise. There's a lone figure. Are you going to approach him? Are you gonna ransack the town? Play cards?
Can you describe this lone figure a little more in depth?
He's fairly far away. The ends are probably a good 300-400 meters off into the town, and he is standing near the water's edge on the docks.
Is he facing the water?
He is facing the water, yes.
Up towards him.
Azarok is
Follow.
gonna walk up to, I guess, whoever is closest to him and go, do you know what's going on? I haven't been to many towns, but usually there's more people in them. Or people in them.
Let's say Teddy, you're the closest.
Yeah, this isn't like a normal town thing. This is kind of weird.
Yeah, they're usually much more crowded this early. People
Yep.
trying to leave the town and more people coming in.
This is unusual to most of you, especially this early. Traders are looking to make $1 the
Yeah, where are all the
quickest way they can.
See any people, but I see this freaking cat.
All right, so I imagine eventually you'll all probably follow to the man on the dock.
Yeah.
You make your way to the stranger. Along the walks, you notice shops and market stalls are all empty, abandoned. The figure, as you near, comes into focus. A human man with graying hair stands on the dock, facing the ocean. His attire is that of a noble person, his hair kept neat. He stands unmoving, with his head tilted back, staring skyward.
I'm gonna look up to see where he's looking.
Yeah, he's looking straight up at the sky, and the rest of you kind of take that as a key to look upwards as well. And you notice there are, besides the sun rising, there are 3 large orbs, possibly stars, but of strange colors. There's one that is green, there's one that is red, and there's one that is lavender.
Are they doing anything, or are they just floating up there?
They're standing stock still for the moment. He's staring at them.
Yeah, I'm gonna walk up to this dude, looking up at him, and go, "How do you do? I'm Morin."
Yeah, you kind of startle him out of his thought process. But he stops, he looks down, and he says, "They're coming, and none of you will live to see it." He turns to look you all dead in the eye with emerald green eyes and a soft face. A small smile creeps across his lips, and without a sound, he vanishes. As he does, you see the green orb break formation. It grows and sways. You realize it is plummeting to Earth. Just as that idea materializes in your mind, the green orb smashes to the ground far in the distance to the north. Over the horizon, a tremendous dust cloud piles into the air. Seconds later, a cacophonous boom crashes into you, nearly knocking you over. The ground begins to quake underfoot, strong enough to topple a few of the weaker market stalls. And then you notice, after all of that, the water below the deck begins to recede. Now you're free to do whatever. This is timed.
I think we need to get to some higher ground pretty quickly.
I think we should get to a boat or higher ground. And we don't see any at the moment, right? The whole port's just dead in the water.
The port has a couple ships in it. Is the town is completely empty. There are smaller. From here, you can see on the western side of the island there are large craggly rock faces and cliffs. The shape of the island in general is very high ground on the west side that slopes off, going down towards sea level on the eastern side.
Okay. I definitely think we should be getting in the boat because we're not going to do well here. Is there like a path up there through the docks, or is this gonna? Or would we have to swim it?
You're on the dock. You can probably walk to another dock and hop on a boat if you want. It'd probably take you a minute.
Yeah, I don't think that this town is going to survive a massive flood or whatever this is, but I believe we should act fast. I've never sailed before, so if any of you are familiar.
Does anybody have any experience being around the water? Faerun might have some ideas. Does anybody have any ship upbringing or know anything about the ocean? I know most of you are not from near it. Teddy, make a. Let's do an intelligence check.
Okay.
There you go. A boat's probably not your best plan. You're probably not going to get out of that harbor before a wave hits you.
Yeah, I mean that sounds like a great idea, but logistically, I just don't think it's there. It's not going to work. We should think of something else.
I'm very open to suggestions.
How
This
about
is easy
running? No high ground.
The ship's not going to get us anyplace out fast enough. I don't think running will.
Are there tall buildings?
There are tall buildings in the town.
What's the tallest that could accommodate 7 people?
Do history, Ray.
Here we go.
Yeah, you're not going to get a lot from it. You probably got, just from kind of hearing about this in passing, anytime a tidal wave hits, you've probably got about anywhere from 10 to 15 minutes before the worst of it is on you, and you've used up about 2 of that. But the mountains up there are not that far. You can make it to the mountains if you try.
I was just about to say, let's try hitting the mountains.
Let's run for the mountains.
Yeah,
the high ground would be safer.
I don't know much about these mountains, but I think I agree it's our best bet. Let's go. I hope nobody's packed a lot. We all look like travelers here.
Yep. How are you doing that? You just hauling ass on foot?
Oh, yeah.
All right.
If there are any horses like that in the stables out by the tavern, I feel like now could be considered emergency where stealing those might be okay.
Yeah. Roll perception.
Okay. No horses.
Nope. You've lost your party. You don't know where anything is.
I don't know where I am.
Yeah, no, you haul ass outside of town.
Take me to my mom.
There's a couple animals inside the town, a couple cats and stray dogs. You might see a rat scurrying about here and there. As you make your way kind of outside the town, you kind of there's smaller homesteads and farms that supply food to the main part of the town and probably some of the taverns and inns. Outside of the town, there are some livestock, and probably some horses if you took the time to look.
Do we take the time to look, or do we just leg it?
I don't have any time.
We're running out of time. I think we should
Yeah,
just
I
run.
say just go.
So
Okay. All right, you're charging up the mountain as fast as you can. Let me get my little box here. Do more and give me a flat
no.
d20.
Oh no.
Crushed it. All right. Somehow, Morin, I don't know if you're scared shitless or what the deal is, but you are hauling ass. You are on your way up. You're not falling behind really at all.
Despite being the shortest.
Yeah. But yeah, you manage to make your way kind of up the cliff face as you see the water approaching. It doesn't look like a massive wave, a giant 60-foot tall wave, but you can hear it coming before you see it, and it
And just
is
to clarify, there were 3 orbs. They've gone into different places, and one of them struck the water, which started to rise.
okay. So I'll put you do a do a perception check. Yeah, let's do that. Okay.
Not doing great so far, guys.
Right. So you saw it fall to the
Better.
north of Gull's Roost. It probably landed on the other side of the water. Who's the cartographer?
I am.
Oren, do a history check with advantage.
Roll 20.
Let's roll it again.
I'll roll it again,
Yeah. So
Take the 15.
yep. From your travels, it landed north. It definitely hit land by the stuff that was being spouted skyward, and it was probably somewhere in this vicinity. It just shook the ground hard enough to cause massive earthquakes that in turn caused tsunami. But the water is coming, and it is an unstoppable force. And sort of just before it hits the town and makes contact, you make your way to the caves. You
And the whole
quickly
time
learn
we were running out of town, we didn't see signs of anybody, right?
there was nobody, not a soul. There were only whatever was left behind and the animals. And when you make it up to the mountains, you see very quickly that this is where the people ran to. They saw the lights in the sky, and maybe they had a hint of what it was, but they evacuated as quickly as possible and took shelter in the caves. Problem with that,
Jerks.
the problem with that is the caves were not uninhabited, and you stumble across while hiding in caves, being set upon by a bunch of tiny little blue men who are a bunch of little assholes who are taking little stabs at the weaker ones. They are Zavarts. So you can put your tokens down. The little people are the people inside the cave. Oh, wait, did I move you over? Yeah.
Oh, mine are too big. I don't know what I'm doing wrong.
Oh, you can shrink it. Oh, did
How
I
do you
lose?
do that?
I'll shrink it for you. Here. There you go. Let me roll. They do not notice you approaching. They're too busy trying to take on this big dude and one of his partners at the mouth of the cave. You hear screams and cries from inside.
How do I put a token down?
Oh, click and drag your name and just drop it on the thing.
When you go to the bio where you put it in the first place, you just click and drag.
Oh, no. Okay.
we gotta save them and get in there ourselves. So, Lamp, are you too hungover to fight?
Maybe a little. I got it. Fine. Just gonna be over here for a while.
I'm sure we'll manage.
All right, that's awesome.
Nope, I'm just doing this now.
Even though he's only spoken to Lamp so far, Ray is very confident the two of us alone could probably handle this. There's a lot of confidence in that. He doesn't ask any of you, and then he just goes into the fight.
Okay. You're just gonna jump on the nearest one to you?
Yes, I am. I'm gonna stab it once with the spear, and then try and kick it in the head as a bonus action.
All right. I'm gonna give you a surprise round, and then everybody else will roll initiative here in a second. 17 definitely hits.
Right, and then I'm gonna go for the kick to the head.
Jesus, man.
Ooh, 2 9s.
Why do you have 2 damages coming out?
Weren't damages. That was the unarmed strike attack roll.
Oh,
The damage
okay.
from the spear is this.
8.
So 8.
It's gonna
So I
be
stab
some
and then I miss. Kick goes a little high because these guys don't look very tall.
Right book, right? I think. Okay. Everybody else can roll initiative. I knew you can find this one first, and I forgot to put a tab in it. Okay, so you know how to. Oh yeah, you did do your damage, right? Yeah, the first spear goes straight through the back of this first one here, and he just crumples. He's down. Lamp. So there should be a box that says initiative on it.
Where?
On the top of your character sheet.
It's on the sheet above your hit points. To the right of armor class and to the left of speed.
So
There you
yeah,
go.
All right.
6.
Feel so good about this.
Alex alive yet? Say words.
Here he is.
Hello?
Yeah.
I've never had this much computer problems before. Holy hell. This is awful.
Roll 20 brings it out in people.
Who else got a? So Tyrion gets to go. Tycon. Okay. Surprise round over. You took one down easily, and it is your turn again. You're top of the order.
It's Ray's turn again.
Correct.
Oh, sweet. I'm gonna try and help out the big guy. Can I flank? Do we have flanking rules if I wanted to go help him beat this one here?
Yeah, I forget what is it usually advantage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So I'm gonna go again with the spear and try and go right through the chest like I did the other one.
Gotcha.
It's very quick, decisive.
12 is not going to do it. You strike out with your spear right as you're running up upon him, and just barely. He's a tiny little target, and you just barely glance over his shoulder.
I'm just gonna real quick try and punt him as the bonus action for the
Okay.
martial.
Yep. 6 blood.
There you go.
Man. Okay. Yeah. He takes it. You knock him into the wall, and he smashes his face against the rock. He's heavily bloodied up, and his focus is now on you, Azrock.
All right. I'm gonna. this one here and swing at him with my longsword.
Yep. Definitely hits.
All right.
Jesus.
How do you do?
Click
damage?
the word longsword on the chat.
All right.
And what's the second?
Oh, I rolled a D10 with it for some reason.
Okay, it's rolling a D10 because you have the option to use the longsword as a two-handed weapon. So just
Right.
uncheck that box. If you're going to use it as two-handed, just let me know beforehand. But
Right.
yeah, so this one, 9 slashing, you almost chop him in half, and he just goes down. Not a chance. Orin.
Morin is currently shaking in his boots, and upon seeing battle come out, he reaches into his pack and pulls out his druidic focus, placing on his face a mask. And through the mask, he seems to have revitalized confidence. He is going to move here and attack the one that Ray has been focusing on by seemingly channeling a spirit of another creature. And as soon as I figure out, there we go. Putting himself at a 12 against this guy.
That's 12 to hit.
12 to hit, yes.
Right. 12 just barely misses. Yeah, you mid transformation, you kind of you brush him. But what's his name? Ray had just knocked him out of the way briefly, so you just barely miss. He goes up against the wall.
And
I'm sorry
then
about
he
that.
returns
I didn't
back to
expect you
normal.
to move so fast.
Return back to normal.
Oh.
And it is all of their turn. So the first one is going to hit at Ray. He's gonna take out a short sword and take a swing at you. 16
It just hits.
just hits. Damage on here, it's easier.
He growls back at me.
Hell yeah, he does.
For that many.
Okay. That ow.
Yeah, that was a good roll on accident. Yeah, so he hits you. He's engaged with you. This other one is going to take a swing at this big guy here, and smashes his fist against the wall. Takes a damage because he's stupid. But completely misses the giant person in front of him. And this other one is going to come up out to here for Terran, right? That's Terran.
No, I'm up here.
Wait, who's this?
Azrock.
Azrock, that's right. Okay. Azrock for. I assume a 5 doesn't hit.
No.
Yeah, he trips and knocks himself prone as he tries to launch himself at you. He's on the ground. And that's all they can do for now. They can't do anything. And Lamp.
Alright, so how do I use this?
Oh, okay.
How do I
So
run?
just move your character where you want it to go.
Great. So I'm gonna go right here. This dude on the ground.
Yep.
I'm just gonna take my quarterstaff and smash him with it.
Yeah. And you have advantage.
So you just click the quarterstaff.
Yep.
Nope, that's not working.
Ooh, did it work?
All right.
Definitely hits. Okay. Click the word quarterstaff on either of them in the chat. Okay. And I'll take the 5 because I watched you do it and you were handed. Yeah. So 5 damage. Yeah. I mean, you just hit him a half second ago, and he's all bloodied, and his face swells up immediately. He's groaning, and he might be crying a little bit. Morin. Oh wait, no, not Morin. Teddy.
Okay. She's gonna come over here while he is getting beat up on and hit him.
Going for the ground one?
Yeah. Or
Okay.
is he still on the ground?
Yep.
Oh. Yeah, I'll still do that. I don't get sneak attack, but that's fine.
Yeah, just no mercy at all.
And
He's
you have
crying, he
advantage
needs
too.
to stop.
You have advantage if you want to.
Oh. Oh, sorry.
No. Advantage is roll the whole attack again.
So
Yeah.
I hit the wrong one.
Yeah, both of them hit. Doesn't matter. So he only had one hit point left. So you, what was it, rapier? You kind of just poke him in the side, and he's like, okay, and he falls unconscious. Taryn.
Okay. Taryn's gonna run forward a little bit to get in range. As I run forward, I pull out a wand from my coat pocket, and I'm gonna firebolt the guy in front of the big dude here.
The one on the left?
Yeah.
Okay. Trying to get a clear shot, I assume.
Get in range. I was like just at a 30-foot range.
Okay. Yeah, go for it. Definitely hits.
And that's
Jesus. He instantly ignites in flame, screams for a second, and falls to the ground. He is gone.
Sorry.
Overdid it a little. One left.
I was excited.
Oh, the big one you're going for, right? This one on the left?
That guy, yeah.
Yeah, okay. And then Tycon. Damn it, Tycon. Tycon does a thing that we can't hear. Tycon's got to play a mute from now on.
Yeah, I can't hear you at the moment either. Try hitting the reconnect option on the gear tab. Scroll to the bottom, make sure everything's right, and then hit reconnect, and it might help.
I imagine you're hitting this guy though, so roll your attack. Did it work? Oh, he's resetting. Okay. Oops. Sorry, technical difficulties.
It's fine. I think I still feel like we're gonna get some we're gonna have fish soup later.
Hello.
Okay, we hear you. You're still a robot, but we hear you. You can roll your attack.
Just do it through the laptop. Just on the. Damn.
Spear, yeah, that'll miss. Where's your somewhere? Yeah, 10 is not going to do it. He is currently smushed up against the wall, though. So I'll just, but he's freaking out. His eyes are bugging. He doesn't know what to do with himself.
Of course it will.
You have anything else you can do on this turn? No? Okay. Top of the order, Ray.
All right. Ray is going to try to non-lethally. He's going to try and knock this one out, incapacitate him, and go on to whatever's happening in the tunnel. So, like, using the back end of the spear. He's still flanked, right? So I would have advantage.
Yeah.
Nothing.
Before you do that, Tycon, you had
of
advantage
any
on that too.
value.
Oh, you had.
He's basically hitting
There
him from
we
the
go.
same. There it is. Nice. Click that button.
So you did hit.
Yeah.
Go.
Yeah, he takes it straight in his tum-tum and crumples to the ground. He is out. You still hear screams and cries from the back of the cave. The front end is littered with the little Zavarts, but there are still people freaking out in the back.
I'm going to dash and try and run in.
All right. Dash action. Yep. Oh, yeah, that's a good spot to bring you. Can't do anything else, I imagine.
I can't, but I'm going to get in there and say, "What's going on?" Hoping that one of these locals will answer me.
Okay.
Can I take off after him?
Everybody, I'll do free movement for this one, and then we'll just go back to the top. Okay, so one of the people says, "I don't know these things. These things are coming." So let's do. So. Okay, so these are the positions of everybody as you enter the cave. This is what you're going for.
I'd prefer if more people could be next
More
to
or less.
me.
Yeah,
But,
I want to be in range.
I'm so short. I'm so
as
sorry.
a whole, I'm okay with it. Hey, good things come in small packages, right, man?
Okay. So Ray.
What's with this little one that looks different from the rest?
Okay, so that one definitely is noticeably different than the other ones. And he's sort of in the back being protected, but doing a little sneaky shit off to the side.
Not really. This is emergency. I'm not usually want to take a life, but I'm going to throw 2 darts at him in the back.
Okay.
Whoops.
No.
Stick
Oh,
to the
wow.
spear. Stick to the spear.
Apparently.
The first
I'm
dart.
human, so I just stepped into a cave, so maybe it's a light adjustment thing.
The first dart hits the cave wall, shatters, is irretrievable, and the second one goes way wide, completely misses by a mile. Azrock.
All right. I will run up to this first one here, right on the edge, and then hit him with my longsword.
Yep.
All right.
Way more effective.
Good night. Yeah. Some stuff falls off, and he falls to the ground, and he's out. Closest, this one here?
Yeah.
All right. Morin.
Morin, who still wearing his mask, he is going to run on this over back towards this direction, and with his bonus action, he's going to look at Ray, and Ray is going to feel his wounds closing ever so slightly. This is a bonus action to cast Healing Word.
Ever so slightly or all the way.
Apparently all the way. For his standard action, he will cast a cantrip onto this tricky looking one, casting Frostbite, which will require a con save.
Con saves. The tricky looking one?
Yep.
Is a 1 going to do it? Damn it. So that one, on a failed save, target takes 1d6. So 3 damage and
He
disadvantage.
takes 3 damage, and he kind of is freezing, and he's moving a little slower, and it's off-putting his next attack.
Yep, he's not a fan. I lost my pencil. There it is. Okay.
I think I'm definitely a fan of it.
He's shaking. He doesn't like this. But he kind of snaps it off a little bit. The first of the little Zavarts come up and go after Azrock for 20 to hit.
Yeah.
And that's going to be 6 plus 2. For that many.
All right.
Just takes a swing with his short sword probably around your kneecap area, because he's a little tiny thing. But the other one's going to creep up right behind him. It's going to stand in this corner. And let's see here. Everybody who, well, okay, so everybody who this touches. So it looks like Azrock and Ray, I think.
Yep. I'm so glad I just got that healing.
Yep.
You're welcome.
I need a. Damn it, I lost it. I think it's a deck save. Just had the page open too. Yeah, deck save.
Oh, okay. That's not bad.
Yeah, Ray, you are fine. Azrock, you're going to take all of this. Or Ray, you're taking half, but yeah. So he's going to stick his hands out, point them at you, and scream in some language that is unintelligible to any of you, and shoot flames out. Oh my god, are you kidding me? 3d6 for 3 damage. So you're going to take 3 damage from that, and 2 to Ray for the half. Come on. Well,
we're all just a bunch of highly capable individuals.
I guess.
Who, dodged out the way.
Lamp.
I saw you miss 2 darts.
Yeah. Yep.
You didn't. You hadn't run up yet. That was my turn.
Lamp, you're up.
All right. So I'm gonna not take kindly to that. I'm gonna come up here, like me.
Yeah, when you're carrying a lot of alcohol, open flames are not your friend.
No, not at all. I'm terrified. So obviously I'm gonna swipe at him again with my quarterstaff.
Yep.
And then with.
I don't believe this is flanked, right? Because you're both her head on.
Mm-hmm.
Not a flank.
Yeah.
11 is not going to do it.
And then with my bonus action, I'm just gonna try to kick him.
Yeah. Kick him. That hits.
Kick him like you're going for a field goal.
So I punt him.
Yep, click unarmed strike. That was a good kick. Damn it.
Ooh, nice. Max damage.
Yep. Yeah, takes it, stumbles back a little bit, glares at you. It's not sure if it wants to run or what, but he's still kind of okay. And it goes to Teddy.
So it's pretty blocked up over there, yeah?
Yep.
Getting a little congested, but there's actually more space than it looks like because Lamp's token is a little bigger than it.
I guess I'll just come over here and try to grab these people and push them back.
Gonna shoo him back into the corner there.
Yeah.
Okay. They're a little
Like
freaked out.
Space for the fight.
What?
Sorry.
You're making space for the fight, or trying to get them out of harm's way.
Yeah.
Yeah, good call. Oh, that reminds me. So this guy, one of those guys, is gonna. All right, I'm gonna move your people just for a second. All right. In the burn, those other two people also got hit by it. So you're gonna take this person. I'm gonna do a strength contest here because they are freaked out and screaming and don't know who the hell you are and probably resisting a bit.
Just flailing arms and elbows. Like a terrified Muppet. Ah!
Yeah. What? Who's that? Roll strength. Yeah, that'll do it. You get their arms behind their back and subdue them and get them off into the corner among some of the other freaking out people over there. And they are safe and out of harm's way for the time being.
Okay.
That's where you're stopping for your turn?
Yeah, there's kind of stuck.
Okay, Taryn.
Okay, I'm just gonna fire both the main dude there again.
Main one? Okay.
Yeah.
Hey!
Fine. Fine. Oh, click the word firebolt.
Sure you did.
I thought, yeah.
That's not the damage, right? No, that was the second roll
Oh, that was the
Oh.
second roll. Yeah.
Hang on.
in the chat.
How much are you gonna roll in a crit?
Rolling in, yeah.
So
no,
we're gonna
that
do
was just,
You gotta
just
fire
the
that
word
was
the
one
word fireball
yeah.
in the chat.
And then, oh, there we go.
Yeah. Okay.
There we
So
go. Oh God.
You get to roll one more.
Yeah.
Because you crit.
So I'm gonna do, just for the sake of this is the first time it's come up. Just for sake of speed, I'm gonna do double dice unless you have something that changes that. So max damage, basically. Max damage firebolt. You scorch this dude. There's nothing left of him. He's gone.
Just cinders.
Yep. There's a little outline on the cave wall behind him. It's got black all around it, but besides that, there's no trace of this guy ever existing. Toast.
He's gonna pass through this cave one day, and they're gonna be like, "You see that outline? They say he died and went straight to hell. That's what the hole in the ground was." The scorch mark.
So he's out. Tycon. Tycon can't hear you. Type your thing into the box, so it doesn't sound like a robot.
Roll 20. I'm gonna try. Yeah, from my perspective, it shows that he's muted himself.
Yeah, probably just so he doesn't go full robot.
If you go to the cog wheel and you hit reconnect button, you don't have to refresh the whole page, but it'll quickly give him back. It might help. I don't know.
There's one guy left. One guy. One
Just
guy.
You can get him.
You can
You
do
got
it.
this. Just roll one more dice.
Just once. Just roll it,
Just one more dice.
please. Oh, he's gone forever. Rip.
Oh, rip Roonies.
Okay. For technical difficulty's sake, Ray.
Okay. I'm going to just run by this little. Oh, I see him. I'm gonna undo what I said, and my token goes back where it was.
Tycon, do good stuff. Just type it out.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
me.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
God damn, this is driving me insane.
Oh,
All right,
you're way
so
better now too. Yeah.
move up, right up front.
Yep.
Everyone else, and gotta load the character sheet back. Thing just made it worse. All right. Speed.
Typing a lot. Oh, okay. Spear. 22 will definitely hit.
22.
For
And do next to nothing. All right.
min damage. But that's alright, because there's only one left. So
Damage is
there's...
damage.
And is that calling it at the end of your turn?
I believe so. Of many useful bonus things to do. So.
Okay. Ray.
Yeah.
All right. I'm gonna. Is it possible to run by Tycon?
Yeah.
To get to. Okay. So I'm gonna run behind the goblin, and I'm going to club it with the back of my spear, with the other end of the shaft. I mean.
Okay. You're staying within range of it the whole time?
Yes.
Okay. 23 hits. You're trying to...
And then I'm just gonna hit him again with an arm strike.
Well, roll the damage for that.
Oh, I forgot. That's 4.
And you're going for non-lethal?
Yes.
That'll do it. He wobbles, throws up a little bit on himself, and falls on the ground, unconscious. And that is it. You are out of combat. The people are kind of crying. Some of them are thanking you. You I'll DM tell you. You've got a couple of minutes to kind of survey and do whatever it is you're trying to do in here.
Real quick, ding hurt.
Off my-
Azrak is gonna immediately do lay on hands on himself and recover 5 hit points.
I'm going to take some rope and tie up this little fish man
Okay.
until I can figure out whether or not like they really all have to die, or if these people have accidentally found their home.
Dude, why don't you kill him? He's right there.
He can't harm anyone now. Sorry, he can't harm anyone now.
I guess. He's right there. Follow your key.
I'd rather not just kill indiscriminately.
Yes. Put these people in danger.
Warren's gonna creep around avoiding folks. Okay. Anybody else doing anything?
Um,
I'll ask if anyone's feels severely hurt at all, including the regular people, the just townspeople.
Any of you?
I'm alright, just slightly singed. I'll pour some of my water out on it or something to help it.
Anybody else
I
hurt?
can manage.
Two of the regular people over here got hit with that burning hands. They're missing the full 3.
Ooh, big bad 3 damage.
Yep.
That case, I will. Whoever looks the most hurt, I will cure wounds.
Okay. The person on top, I'll say.
All right. Or I won't, or just won't. Just won't work.
That's
Oh yeah, there we go.
They're topped up. They thank you graciously.
Oh,
They're
they never felt better.
still sniffling. Don't really know what to do with themselves. This whole thing is very scary to these people. Most of them. So you kind of notice throughout this cave, there's little piles of just junk laying around, and these people that are taking shelter in it they're freaking out. They don't know what to make of the situation. They came up here to evacuate, and they were immediately jumped by these little guys. And they came with big pointy sticks and were stabbing at them. A lot of them are crying, and you notice one woman in the corner is really just losing it. If you anybody close, let's say it's this woman way up top.
The
Yeah.
one who's losing it. I'm going to walk over and try and help, like kneel down and ask, what's wrong? Is there anything I can help with?
As soon as you get near her, she grabs your arm and starts screaming, "My baby! My baby! Where's my baby? Where's my baby?"
Did you have it before
Help!
the fishmen attacked?
No, I don't know where she is. And she just breaks up into sobs. Please help! Please! Please!
I look at the rest of the group and are we to assume that it's back in the town?
I hope not.
I don't know. Please!
I don't know.
Please help!
What's your baby's name?
Claudia.
How old is she?
Claudia,
Claudia.
she's 7. You noticed this woman is a orange-skinned tiefling.
Ooh, fancy.
I'm looking at the rest.
I'll walk
go ahead.
around, calling out Claudia and seeing if I see any 7-year-old looking tieflings around.
Okay, investigation.
Should we be looking deeper in the cave?
Okay.
Yeah, does this cave look like it goes deeper?
It goes only slightly deeper, but yes, it does go deeper.
Okay.
Investigate. You don't see anybody that resembles a small child tiefling. The woman is in absolute hysterics, screaming, crying. Claudia, she does not know what to do with herself.
I'd like to
I'm
look
gonna...
for some.
Go ahead.
I want to look for some tracks to see if maybe any of those fishmen got away before we arrived.
Okay.
Like to see if there were any fresh tracks going back into the cave.
Do a survival. There's tracks all over this place. You can tell this cave's kind of well lived in, and some of the piles of junk, they do look like the stuff that these the little Zavarts were wearing. So
Can I
any
look
kind of
back
tracks
towards
are
the
not great.
town?
What's that?
Look back towards the town to see the status.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, is there the wave already coming, or?
The wave, while you were all engaged in this and helping these people, the wave has arrived. You notice that the town is in shambles. It is completely flooded. A massive, massive amount of water has come through. It's still flowing into the town, and only the sturdiest buildings are still standing. The smaller shops, some of the farms on the outskirts, completely destroyed and washed away. And you notice Ray and Lamp, the tavern that you stayed in, is still up, along with a couple of other taverns that were built out of stone and some of the other buildings that were built out of sturdier stone. They are still there, but much of the town is gone.
Does it appear that was the only wave? Is there an aftershock or anything like that?
From what you can gather here, do a nature. Is that a thing?
And probably just perception to see if it's like receded or if there's more coming.
Yeah, do perception. That's a good idea.
Why isn't it rolling? Roll. There we go.
Okay. So the water out to sea, there's a lot more undulation than there was this morning before the wave hit. And there will probably still be some decent sized waves that come through, but nothing that will cause a force of water like came through. The town itself is probably, it would be sketchy to wade through right now. But you personally probably couldn't do it. The water would be chest height for you. But for large people, it would be a challenge.
Okay. I want to walk up to this guy right here and go, "Hi, I'm Warren. You're huge. Go check for survivors."
Hey, thanks for your help.
And then I'm going to walk away.
He starts
Alright.
to thank you, just like goodbye.
What a strange little fellow. And he makes his way he just makes his way down towards the town a little bit. You can tell he's not in any kind of rush. He is exhausted. And he did have a couple of little pinpricks in him from getting short sorted by those Zavarts.
I'm gonna walk up to one of the people near the woman.
Yep.
The tiefling, and ask them if any of them saw her child earlier, if like she came into the cave with it or.
Right.
Okay. There's say there's a dwarf man, kind of middle aged, says, "No, I haven't seen that poor child, and I feel so bad. I don't know. I hope she didn't get left behind, but it's every possibility that she could have."
I'm gonna go to the woman. I'm gonna try to calm her down. I'm just gonna put my hands on her shoulders and say, "We're gonna try to help you. We'll do everything we can to find your child. Please just be at peace, and we'll do everything we can to help you."
When you get near, she grabs your arm and just screams, "Please help! Please help! Please help my Claudia! I don't know where she is." Roll a persuasion. Yeah, she says, "Thank you, thank you, thank you." And she's still a sniffling mess. She's a mother who lost her daughter, but she does calm down, and you might be able to get more than a couple of words out of her now.
So, do you remember anything about where you last saw her?
No, we were staying at the inn, and I didn't see her come with us this morning. I assumed her father had her, and I don't know where she could be.
Is her
So I
father
go
here?
up to her. Because where am I? Oh, I'm not here. I'm giant again. I'm everywhere.
Casted large on myself.
Lamp shall consume all.
That's who I am. So I go up to her because this isn't typical tiefling behavior as far as I'm aware.
That she's in sobs?
Like she's sobbing over her kid.
Yeah.
And I'm obviously incredulous. It's like, what's going on? Kind of like hanging out in the periphery.
Oh, so you're trying to check her
And
over and see if she really is
yeah,
worried about a
she's
child?
really worried about a child.
Do insight. As far as you can tell, it's a little hard to tell between she's only just sort of started calming down. And you probably don't know much about other people, having avoided them a lot, but um, as far as you can tell, this is truthful. She misses her child and does not know where she is.
Well, ma'am, can you tell us about your kid at all?
She's not capable like we are. Her husband is a human, or her father is a human. So she's really only got half the gifts that you and I can claim to have, and she doesn't do well by herself, and she needs help, and she's prone to running off and hiding, and I don't know where she could possibly be, but I haven't seen her, and I don't know.
Man.
What just happened?
You disappeared.
Oh,
Okay. What'd you get from that? Did you hear any of my response?
Father was
Oh,
a
Father
human.
human.
That's about all.
Father, okay, yeah, father was a human. She doesn't do well around people. She gets picked on usually more than most because she's kind of a half-blood between tiefling and human. Yeah, and she's prone to running off and hiding when things freak her out.
Marn is gonna go over to Azrock, which he looks up because he is literally twice the size of Morin. Starts kind of grabbing at his hand. Sir,
I'll look
sir. Okay.
I'll look down.
I will jump on your back and you will wade in the water and we will find Claudia.
I want to find Claudia too, but maybe we should make sure this cave is safe first, so that the rest of the people can stay here while we search. They've already been attacked once.
I'm not a fighter. You can do that. We can search for Claudia.
Yes. Yeah,
You don't think it'd be more important to stay together at a time like this?
Then to split up and look for more survivors?
I mean, if she likes
We
to
can cover more
hide.
ground.
Is there someplace she likes to go?
That's true. Yes.
Safe. Are you asking her that?
Yes.
She said we're only visitors here. She doesn't know this town. We've only been staying at the inn, and there were a couple game tables down there that she would play with, but besides that, I have no idea where she could possibly be.
It's a big town. We have to secure this cave first, so everybody will be alive when we come back, and then we can search the town together. We'll cover more ground.
Morin looks left, looks right. Secure!
And if there's more waiting at the other end of that cave?
What do we know about the rest of the cave?
Has anybody gone to look at the rest of the cave?
I figured that's what I was doing when all this is going on over here.
Okay. Roll investigation.
Oh no. Investigation. There you are.
Hell yeah.
Ooh, perfect.
Yeah, the rest of the cave, it doesn't go back much farther. It's this is clearly where these little Zavarts live. There's a room in the back that is the same size as this one, and it sort of has a collection of like soft bedding, or soft-ish, like clothes they've stolen. Zavarts are little shithead monsters. They like to steal, and they steal from everybody. So they have like their own little personal belongings and treasures that they've called their own, and but this is sort of their living quarters where they sleep and make their food, and then But yeah, there's nothing here.
I'll shut back. Did you find anything back there?
There's absolutely nothing back here.
All right, then back to the town it is. I agree. I just wanted to maybe sure. Let's.
Were you gonna go through their stuff, by the way? I forgot to.
Yeah,
Why not?
Sure. Might as well not waste that 20.
Okay, I'll let you keep the 20 just for shits and giggles. But usually I'd make you roll twice. But through all of their things, you find 100 gold,
Damn.
2 gems that are worth 50 gold apiece, 1 green and 1 red. Very small, not much of anything. A plain dagger, well worn, and 2 gold rings that are worth about 30 gold apiece.
Wow.
They're thieves. They steal from everybody they can get something off of.
Get these.
All right. Well, let's go. Unless somebody wants to carry me on their shoulders too, save me the energy of walking down there.
I think we should all go and
Yeah, we should all go.
explore the town.
Yeah.
Try and find as many survivors as we can.
There's something strange about that man. I don't really want to be alone in that town.
Okay.
Are there
So
other caves?
there's like little nooks and crannies and stuff. Who are you firebolting?
Sorry.
God.
As we
Wrong
leave, I
button.
firebolt all the survivors.
Wrong button.
Come on. Yeah, I'd like to collapse the shaft with all of them inside.
There's other little caves here and there, just like kind of little outcroppings. This is the only one that seems to be a little carved out, meant to be lived in. The other ones are just sort of nooks.
She must have been hiding somewhere in the village, right? If she has a usual place that she goes.
Or where's her dad?
Maybe he didn't make it.
They could both be hiding together elsewhere.
In one of the
No,
nooks?
the mother said that she asked the dad if he had the child.
The mother
Thanks.
said she assumed the father took her.
Right, but that means that she doesn't know where the father is.
All right, so we're looking for an adult and a child. That makes it easier and harder. I'll take that half of the city. You take the other. Is this the best way to do it? I'm not sure.
There's only a few buildings left standing, right?
Oh, right.
If anyone was alive, that's where they'd be.
It's true.
Is everybody in agreement? Is that what y'all are doing? Going back to the city?
Yep, it looks like it. We're going to be going. Just
No,
gonna
no opposition.
canvas the area.
Okay. You make your way down. The water is still moving a little bit. It is. Oop. Teddy's doing stuff. The water has gone down. It's still moving. It's about ankle height for most of you. It's pretty strong, but because of the shape of the island, it's typically just rushing off the back, down towards where the beaches are on the eastern end of the island. Let me put you on that map. Boop 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 boop. So yeah, but you can kind of see the devastation. The ships that were in the harbor are now in the center of town, smashed to splinters. Anything that was a small hut didn't have a chance. There's only a handful of buildings that remain. Luckily, some inns, so there are some places to stay. As not all of the businesses were totally destroyed, but within the town, there's only a handful of buildings. Somebody who's leading the charge.
I'll be heading down there fairly quickly.
I will be on top of him.
Yeah.
Okay, Azrock, give me a perception.
All right.
I'll be following behind.
20 perception. You get closer and closer as you kind of make your way into the edge of the town there. You hear just thumping, real hard thumping.
Can I tell where it's coming from?
Yep, it's coming from the center of town, the main trade districts. But yeah, that's the only noise you hear besides the rushing of water around your feet.
My first instinct right now is like probably just some fish that got thrown on shore.
That's exactly what it is.
Can I tell anything from the sound? Like, does it sound like fish flapping, or does it sound like someone hitting something, or?
It sounds like something hitting wood very hard.
Oh, we gotta check that out.
Yeah, I'm gonna make a beeline right for that.
Right. Okay. So yeah, you hear that sound. You rush into the direction of the sound. It's getting louder and louder the closer you get, and eventually you make your way towards one of the 3 taverns where the sound is coming from. That has a name that I definitely wrote down. Called that's one of the nicer taverns, and Anne's called the Anecdote. And so as soon as you arrive, you see 2 of these just fishy monstrosities just slamming against the door, trying to break down the door as hard as they can. Still ankle deep water, debris everywhere, and as soon as the group kind of gets on top of them there, they turn to face you. Roll initiative.
I need. Where do we have to put our tokens down first? Because I don't think initiative works without.
I mean, you can if you want to take cover. But so there's 2 ways that I usually do combats, and one I'll give you a map like I did on the other one. If there's stuff you wanted to hide behind or line of sight and stuff like that, and then if it's sort of like 1-on-2 like this, or the group on 2 like this, you can kind of like improvise cover if that's what you're going for. But this is sort of the scene, so you shouldn't really need it, but yeah. You can drop your tokens if you like. It's up to you.
Nah, I'm fine.
Little tiny little half orc. They're giants.
I still don't understand how you guys can drag yours and it's the correct size, but mine comes off like that.
Mine's giant too.
They're just larger than life.
It was 6. Teddy was 8.
Oh my god, it's 3 now.
6.
Shadowclone no jutsu.
God damn it.
just put 4 tokens on.
And it's not. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Who am I missing? I have Azrock at 18. Morin also at 18, I think. Or Morin at 16. Tycon at 16. Lamp at 9. Teddy at 8. Ray at 6. Who did I not say?
It went from top of the order to bottom on the
yeah,
second
sorry.
combat.
Oh, Terran's 13. I see you. Okay, and let me do mine. Different book. Nope, same book.
Be right back before we officially start the combat because I gotta do something.
Yep, go ahead. Okay. Ugh.
While we're waiting on that, how do I resize my token?
Oh, I think I have to do it. It's not really going to help you to have it here.
Giant. Everyone else has theirs, so I want to be part of the team.
Usually if you click it, then it'll bring up the resize options.
That did not happen.
What was Terran's? Terran, you were 13, right?
13, yeah.
And Lamp was 9.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. So top of the order is Ray.
Didn't he get 6?
Oh, Azrock.
Oh my god, you go on an adventure.
Azrock is just gonna charge up to the first one he sees and just completely forgetting that Morin is still on his back. And,
Nice.
rush up and just swing his long sword. And trip over some debris.
Trip over some.
Oh, don't do that. Don't do that.
You kind of
Not
go
enough to
stumbling.
Not enough to go down, but I kind of just flop my sword through
Yep.
instead of actually swinging.
Yeah, the imbalance of having Morin on your shoulders kind of trips you up a little bit, and you shoulder check him a bit and end up on the opposite side of him. Morin.
As I realize that he is about to fall, I'm going to jump off of him, probably not hoping his balance at all, and end up on the opposite side of him for the flank. I'm going to don my mask, and then he's going to grow those teeth and those claws again and attack with the spell in melee. So he should have advantage because of the flank.
Yeah.
Ooh, fancy.
That'll do it.
Taking 9 acid damage.
Nice. Ouch.
And then he takes his shield out and cowers behind it.
Okay, 9 acid damage. We'll say the one on the left. That's the one you started with. And you take out your shield and hide behind it. All right. Yeah, it takes 9 acid damage. You hear him like as soon as you kind of open up a little hole in him and he takes the damage just. And it goes to
God.
Tycon.
All right, so I will run up and join them, and then try to get in between both the. So try to run to also be flanking while still staying between both the monsters, whatever they happen to be.
In between both of them?
Yeah, in between both of them, but attacking the same one that the other two attacked.
Okay.
And give the gold trusty spear.
Spear, 12 will do it.
Sweet, sweet, sweet.
For 8.
Sweet. You.
Yeah.
No. Yep. Never mind. Yeah.
Yep. He takes it, is not happy with it. You kind of open up a large wound in his tricep there, and he starts. A little bit of green slime is coming out of him, but now his focus is entirely on you instead of whatever the hell charged at him to begin with.
Good.
And it's Terran.
Been having good luck with firebolt, so I'm just gonna hit him again. Same guy they've been attacking.
Okay, left one. All right. That'll hit. For 5. Yeah, takes it. You singe the wound shut, but it starts to blister immediately, and he kind of freaks out and lets out another. And then as soon as that happens, the other one hears his little screech and whips around and takes a swing at Tycon is the one who's between.
Yep.
All right. So he's going to do. Sorry, forgot I had this. Okay, so that's 12 to hit.
Nope.
And then he's going to bite at you at the same time. 14.
No, it does not.
Ooh. Chomps down.
We're doing pretty good for a first-time party.
Right? Leans down to kind of chomp at your face and completely whiffs it. And
Good
he's
armor
done.
saves lives.
Yep. But then the other one gets to go and is also very, very, very angry about this. And he is going to, at the same person, he's going to take three strikes at you. I think the only one that might hit is a 15.
Nope.
15 also doesn't hit. He shoots little poison quills out of his arm that just bounce against the cobblestone and get washed away in whatever water's left, and completely misses you. And Lamp.
So I'm gonna run up to the other one. I'm gonna smear him with my quarterstaff again.
Ugh. You go running at him, and trip, fall on your face. The quarterstaff bounces out of your hand. You're proned out, Before
Everyone
you...
watch out. The cobblestone's very slippery.
Yep.
Mhm.
Absolutely.
Okay. Still take my bonus action.
I'll let you take your bonus action to stand up if you like, but
Okay.
you're still out of his range though.
Okay.
All right, so you're back on your feet, and you have your quarterstaff back. Sure, why not? Teddy.
Okay. While this guy is busy with
Tycon.
him, yeah, Tyconers. I'm gonna go ahead and try to sneak attack him with my rapier.
Yeah. Do that. Yup. So it's
Damn.
10 and so 13. Go. Okay. Yeah, you kind of you just whip up behind him. He has no idea you're there, and you just shred him.
Awesome.
I'm sorry, I'm
you,
not.
you shred him, and he is down. He just falls into just a quivering little puddle and is out of the fight. As soon as you do that, though, you hear just an ear-piercing shriek that is just horrible to witness, and you hear it kind of try to communicate a little bit. No, they're mine! And something creeps up on you from out of frame.
Uh-oh.
Oh, it's okay. They're super small, guys. Oh God.
Oh gosh.
Dear.
Oh, dear.
So everybody, wisdom save.
Madre de Dios. I'm sure I probably maybe got this.
Ooh.
Oh no.
Okay, what frightened does.
Boy.
Okay, so who did really bad? So Lamp, Morin, and Terran are frightened. You cannot willingly move closer, and you have disadvantage on things, on ability checks and attack rolls.
But only targeting her, right?
While the source of your fear is in sight.
Oh, so as long as like you have eye contact or they're in eyesight, that's
You can avert your eyes, and I recommend everybody does that on your turn, and re-roll the thing. But yeah, everybody who passed is immune to it and does not have to worry about it. And it's going to do really bad, but that's really good for me. Haha, suck it.
the worse you do, the more likely my party survives.
Oh crap! Did I lose my page? Oh, I lost my page. Whatever. It has 1,000,000 hit points. That's all you need to know. Okay, good. So
that baby will save himself. I'm sure. We can just.
So Teddy shredded this one. It is out of commission. There's only the other one, and it is on Ray.
Okay, I'm going to try and flank with the other two, or I'm going to try and help them finish off this spiny one.
Nobody has actively engaged it yet.
Oh, well then I'll try and get to the opposite side of one of them, or I can't flank, right? Because they are taking up both positions on either side.
I don't believe you can flank because nobody's engaged it, and it's not engaged with anybody.
Sorry,
Or it was. It took a shot at Tycon. So yeah, it's engaged with Tycon, so you can get on the opposite side of Tycon, and you're good.
All right, so I'm gonna get behind it and just like try and jam that spear through the shoulder of it and kick in the back of the leg to try and knock it down.
Hell yeah, do that. Yep. Oh yeah. Yeah, he takes the spear in the shoulder. While you're holding him, you didn't get it. 23.
Yeah, but that's fine.
4,
Oh wow.
14 total damage. He stumbles, goes staggering a little bit, does not completely fall. But as soon as that happens, the sea hag kind of freaks out a bit and stares you down, or stares down. Who all's frightened?
I am.
So that's Morin, Azrock,
And me.
and Lamp. Or sorry,
No.
Terran,
Darren.
Orin,
Terran.
Lamp. So it's going to look at Terran and stare you down. Give me a wisdom save. Ooh, damn it. All right, you're fine.
I've conquered my fear.
You're still frightened of it, but the thing I tried to do to you did not work.
Oh, well, that's good.
That's good. That's great, actually.
Yeah, it really is. But its turn is over, and it goes to Azrock.
All right. Is the second fish guy still there?
The one that's still not floating in the sky is still present.
All right. So I'm going to swing at him with my longsword. Hopefully, actually hit this time.
Yeah, definitely hits. 6, nice, good hit. Yeah, you take his left hand clean off. He's dripping green sludge. He's super pissed though. He doesn't look good, but he doesn't look timid either.
I don't blame him. I'd be pissed if I had a condition like that too.
I'm gonna go to a dermatologist. Morin.
Yeah. So I'm gonna put my shield in front of me and attempt to avert my gaze.
Okay. You successfully avert your gaze. You are safe. Roll your check.
Wisdom.
Yes, sir. That'll do it.
Cool.
You are
Is
no
that
longer frightened.
my action.
For the sake of this, I'm gonna say it's not your action. Fine. Usually it is,
Oh,
but
then
I don't care.
Then I'm gonna go all
I'll
primal
source it.
savagery on this guy. Probably trying to flank with Arzok.
Yeah, you're going C. Oh, you're going the other guy, the other C spawn, right? Not the
Yes,
hag.
correct.
Okay, go ahead.
C-spawn.
Yeah, she'll get hers later.
Yup.
7 acid.
Ooh. Hurts real bad. Does not like it. Just kind of his eyes sort of roll back in his head a little bit, but he's still standing. And he's ready to start swinging.
I
Tycon.
duck.
Tycon.
So I'm gonna kind of circle him.
Yep.
Like staying right on him, and then try to get once again in between the two, but still staying on the guy that's damaged.
Okay.
And then if it's possible, and trust the old spear and keep at it.
That'll do it.
Sweet.
And for 8.
Ooh.
Yeah, you hit him sort of right in that little notch in his clavicle, and he sputters for a second and hits the ground, writhes for a moment, and is still. He is down.
All right.
Yep.
Sweet. I guess I'll run straight up to the
hag. Okay.
Won't be able to do anything yet, but run right at her.
Cool. So you're right in front of the hag and Terran.
I guess. You know what? I am. Since it doesn't require an attack roll, I'm going to magic missile at the hag.
Okay.
So I am frightened, so I'm gonna burn a 4th level spell. First level spell.
I was gonna
And
say
that hits-
the fucking
Yeah,
sheet.
sorry, no.
You go.
That hits, this one's 1d4 plus 1, and that makes 3 darts.
So you just roll the damage
Don't
3
have my
times.
thing set up.
Yeah, just roll it 3 times.
Sorry. Clicked
That's
off
fine.
my. There we go. 2,
Uh,
3.
It's
Right?
fine. Only 2 of them were max damage, so it's fine. All right. Yeah. Takes
Okay.
takes the magic missiles. Is not thrilled, but is now paying attention to you.
That's too bad.
Yeah. And then it goes to. Oh, you're dead. You're dead. Lamp.
So I'm still frightened, right?
Correct. You can wisdom save.
So I'm gonna try that.
Does not work. Still frightened. So you
And
cannot move closer, and you are disadvantaged on any attack. So you can still throw darts or something, but
so, and I will. I'm gonna throw a dart.
just roll it twice. Oof.
Ooh.
Nope.
Great
Dark-
to offer.
So
Dart goes wide.
that was
That's gonna. That one's gonna just barely avoid hitting Tycon in the ankle. He's totally fine though. But yeah, the darts go wide. You can move, just not closer to it. If you want.
I'm gonna stay where I am.
Okay, Teddy.
All right. Well, she's preoccupied with Tycon again. I'm gonna come over here and rapier sneak attack.
Do it. Yep. Nope. Nope. I lied.
Then I will miss her.
Will you?
And not be sneaky
Bonus
enough.
action regret.
Play a tiny violin.
Yeah, it catches you out of the corner of its eye at the last second and just sort of, just a quarter of an inch. It just barely misses. Ray.
I'm going to try and get around them. I can't make it in this turn, but I'm going to try and go around, and I'm going to draw my spear and say, "Surrender! You're on these people's lands. This isn't your home."
Okay, so you're brandishing a spear at it and warning
Yes.
it? Okay, roll intimidation.
All right. Let's see if this works, guys.
How's it? It just... Fuck off. and then it swings at you it swings at your face. Does an 18 hit?
It will. That will definitely hit.
Okay. I hit something this time. Yay,
I'm not
me.
swinging at the armored people anymore.
For that many.
Oof. That's everything.
That's everything.
Ooh, hold up. Oh, never mind.
What's up?
I guess it's
Oh,
too
yeah.
late.
Is he in range?
I mean, would you say he's within 10 feet of me?
Yeah.
But you already rolled the damage.
I don't care. Do it.
Okay, so I will use the my once a day. Oh
Okay.
shit! How did I do that? To hold my my holy inspiration chisel, and I will block 1d6 of damage. Damn!
Hey, look at that! I'm still alive.
Nice.
Interject myself and block 5 damage with
Alright.
my shield, and now I am next to you.
But I don't get to go for a very long time. Pretty sure I'm about to get squished. Azrak.
All right, I'm gonna step on up and swing again with my trusty longsword. Ooh.
Again, man.
Nice.
Ouch.
And as a half orc, I have
Yeah, you do.
this.
All right,
of
so
course you do.
click the longsword button.
Mhm.
So I see how much damage that is. So we're gonna do. Oh, what's your strength mod?
4.
So the 5 is what you rolled. So we're gonna do 5 doubled is 10 plus 4 is 14, and you can roll another d8.
I think it actually did roll an extra d8 in there.
Oh,
Yeah,
nice.
the-
Oh, okay. Well, then you're good. Yeah, you come down on it with a long sword, and it just belts out, just screams in your face. It is freaking out. It's not happy. It wants to run, but it is still on its feet. Oren.
Seeing how hard it actually hit Ray, he is
Yeah.
going to take his action and just try to slow it down. He's going to require a con save.
10's probably not going to do it, I don't think.
So he's gonna take 2 cold damage, and more importantly, he's gonna have disadvantage on his next attack.
Yep.
Uh,
Nice, good move.
and then as a bonus action, he's gonna look to Ray and go, "Stop getting hurt."
I'll do it so
And
long
throw
as
that
nobody
at
else
him.
has to.
He'll heal another 6.
6 points, nice. Should be topped
Alright.
up then, I think.
Yeah,
Tycon.
you heal as hard as she hits.
Plan.
I mean, hasn't failed yet, so I'll just keep it up.
Keep up that
It's a-
spear.
it's a really trusty spear at this point.
Yeah, that'll hit.
Well made.
Dwarven engineering.
6, right? Why is it doing the 3?
That's in case I were to use it two-handed.
Gotcha.
But I'm have my shield in my other hand, so it's just the one hand.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah, takes the spear. It's bleeding. It's not looking good. It is looking to make an escape as quickly as possible. Terran.
I'm going to avert my gaze and attempt a save.
Nope.
And fail.
And still attack from a distance if you have an option for that.
Jab.
Get
Single
magic
crossbow.
missile again.
Oldie buddy goodie.
So I will do that.
Magic missile.
Wow.
Of 3 darts,
Damn.
2 of them were max damage.
Again.
Well played. Yeah, well played, Tycon.
I got a mouse over because you're fucking adjusting these rolls somehow, and I don't like it.
I'm not. Just clicking.
Fucking 14.
Got a weighted mouse.
Yeah, 2 of the darts or 2 of the magic missiles hit it in either shoulder and kind of send it back, just reeling, and it's ready to come down on top of Ray. And the last one catches it right in the forehead and knocks it, and it crumples to the ground, completely motionless. It is out. Dead. Well done. You are out of combat.
I have a question though. Because you were under the effects of fear, were you like looking away and just brandishing the
So
wand?
just yeah, just holding the wand out and looking, my eyes closed and
They were just
yelling.
like, die.
Okay.
You should get in there and see what they were interested in, right? Maybe the child's hidden. Help me get this door open.
Yeah.
I will just run up and kick it open.
Okay.
Not even checking to see if it's locked, just punt it open.
Ray, give me strength with advantage because the kick's gonna help a lot.
Okay. Can I just give him advantage? It makes
Yeah, go for it.
Me?
Yeah.
Giving the guy with a -1 advantage doesn't help anybody.
So just straight up strength?
Strength twice, yeah.
Alright.
I imagine I've got my spear and behind the door.
Yeah, that's
trying
enough.
To block
It wasn't
open,
it
and
wasn't
then-
locked. It
Ow.
wasn't even sealed shut, so you're fine. You can get in. You just opened it.
We're about as smart as the 2 fishmen who were trying to break in.
All right, yeah. So you make your way into the tavern. This is, you all should be able to see it, I believe. Yep. It's completely abandoned. There's water on the ground. A couple of glasses still on tables. The water hasn't really destroyed too much in here yet, but it has made its way under the doors and in the loose cracks and stuff like that. So it doesn't look good, but it is still standing. The original earthquake that came through knocked a couple bottles off the back bar a little bit, but besides that, it's not in bad shape.
We need to figure out where a child would hide, or somehow, call out to her and hope that she trusts us enough to come out.
I would like to listen to see if I hear anything.
Okay, do a perception.
I would assume I'm doing the same if we are all looking for the girl. But
Yeah. 7's not going to tell you much. Do an investigation if you're trying to figure out where somebody would hide. There's a lot of
I'm
noise
also
going
just going
on.
to be listening for.
Oh,
her.
you're also listening?
Yeah.
Okay, you can do perception as well.
I'm a better listener than investigator.
19, you hear through the water. It's kind of hard to hear through the water that's rushing underneath the doors, and a couple of the rats that are trying to hide in the upper floors. But every once in a while, you hear what you think might be a sniffle behind one of the gaming tables.
I go like this to the rest of the group and I point at the gaming tables. I think she's over there. There's something.
If I may, we're looking for a scared tiefling girl. Maybe have our own tiefling lead the charge there.
Yeah, I'll go over there.
Like,
So
to himself, Ray is thinking might not be the best role model, but
That's fine. You just
Yeah,
stomping
go,
over?
man. You
Yo,
can do
kid.
this. Sure.
you here?
She's not a peep.
By the gaming table that way.
Okay, so then I go over by the gaming table. Am I rolling?
She's not gonna be hard to find. If you're just like, what are you doing? Like peeking over the table?
Yeah. Can I yell in Infernal? Yo, kid. You
Yeah.
here?
Okay. Do give me persuasion.
Advantage for using Infernal?
Yeah, good call.
Would normally be such severe disadvantage.
Yeah.
Here, like devil
One of
bosses.
Yeah,
these
roll it,
situations where
roll it
it might
twice.
make somebody feel at ease.
That's
Yeah,
enough.
minus
Yeah,
one.
you hear instead of just silence or a sniffle, you hear ah!
Okay.
She
She's
stays down
here.
now.
Guys,
Somebody have a fire truck?
we got toy. Kids like those, right? Yeah, we got a squeaky toy.
Oh.
Wait, okay, say that again. Somebody had a very loud noise.
I was gonna say, does someone have like a squeaky toy or something? Kids like those, right?
I'm hearing it from Deb, actually.
That's fine. It's good now.
Okay.
Squeaky toy? Does anybody have a squeaky toy?
I think I hear it though.
She
Guys.
goes. She says, "I'm not a dog." She stands up from behind the table. She kind of peeks her head up, and she's like, her eyes are red. She's got, it's a little 7-year-old tiefling girl. Tiny horns, but also some human appearances to her. But she stands up. Her eyes are just red. She's been crying. She's been screaming. Her voice is a little hoarse. But she stands up and just kind of looks at you all tentatively.
Wow, your mother's going to be so happy to see you.
You found my
What a tough
mommy?
girl you are. Yeah, she sent us to find you.
But
The rest
where
of the
is
people found a cave up north.
She left me.
Not because she wanted to, child. Like, everybody was running so fast she got swept away in the crowd.
She just a little reminder, sends her off into like she starts sobbing again, and before anybody can do anything, she starts shaking and just collapses on the floor.
I pull out one of my blankets and I just slowly walk up to her and drape it over her and then back away.
Before you back away, as soon as the blanket's on her, as soon as you touch her, her eyes open. They're completely rolled back, and a different voice comes out of her.
Oh,
And,
fuck.
Whoa.
and she says, "The black draws near. Preceded by his 3 generals, he will fall from the sky, and unopposed bring forth a new age of night. He comes." And her eyes come back to normal, and she says, "Please don't tell my mommy. Please don't tell my mom."
I won't tell your mother anything. Just bring you back to her and you guys can sort this out on your own.
Yeah, but she goes with you wrapped in the blanket, but she's freaked out.
I'm gonna try and comfort the kid along the way and say, we're not going to tell your mother about whatever. Was she saying don't tell mom about like the weird little fit she just had?
Yeah.
Oh,
I would assume.
yeah. I'd say I won't tell your mother anything. What was her name, by the way? It was
Claudia.
Claudia, I won't tell your mother anything that you just I won't repeat anything you just told us, but do you have that happen often? Is it always the same message?
No, it happens sometimes. I don't know what's happening. I don't want anybody to know about it. I already get teased enough, and I don't need people to think I'm more of a freak. And please don't tell anybody.
Listen, it's okay. You can trust me. I have a friend that I talk to when I dream too. I don't always get messages. Sometimes it's just feelings and thoughts, but it's nothing to be ashamed of. And other people might not understand, but doesn't make you a freak or anything.
Okay.
Now, do you have you heard anything else similar to that?
She kind of looks at you a little puzzled. I don't remember the things that I say. I know that I say them, and I remember saying them, but I don't remember the things that I say.
Okay. Well, I'm sure your mother's not going to be upset that you hear them if you ever feel that you need to tell her. And now would be a good time because I'm sure she'll forgive anything once she sees you're safe again.
Yeah, she giggles a little bit. What are y'all doing? Are
Hey.
you like hanging out with her at the bar for a minute, or are you?
Oh, we got to march her right back. That woman was
Well-
going crazy.
Can I ask her if she knows where her dad went, or if she like has seen him?
When the water came, he ran.
Okay.
Which direction?
Hmm?
When you said your mother left you, what do you mean?
There's another cat. No, she just when everybody was screaming, she ran out of the building, and Daddy stayed with me for a minute, but then he left as soon as the water hit, and I was left all by myself.
Okay.
Terrible parents.
that was louder than my sneeze.
Roll D4, Jesus.
Try to hold that in.
Poor force damage for whoever's around you.
Right?
Yeah.
The thunder wave.
I look to the rest of the group and I say, should we look for the father too? He's an adult. I'm sure that he can manage by himself. But
Any parents who left their kid can fend for themselves.
I'm sure he. I'm
Yeah, but why
sure
do you leave his kid?
there's more to the story than we know. But I am a bit disappointed to hear that too.
We should keep an eye out, but our first priority should be getting this kid back to her mother.
Yeah, let's hurry back so we can let everyone else know about those creatures we saw too.
Okay. Is that the plan?
I'm
Yeah,
gonna go look for the dad.
You want to go look for the dad?
Everybody
Yeah.
else seems to think fuck the dad.
Do
Yes, but
Lamp,
what
do
if-
and
9-year-old, that's a shitty thing to do. Or 7-year-old, whatever, kids.
do a nature check.
If I see anyone who hasn't given up, I'd try and help.
Okay. No information one way or the other.
What is nature?
Outside.
What even are nature?
Sometimes it's outside.
But
Okay.
sometimes caves are inside.
You guys can figure it out amongst yourselves what your plan is.
I say we return the child now, but do any of you think we should look for the father first?
No.
I think we should come back for him. We find more trouble. We don't want to have this child with us.
Yeah.
In the middle
Right.
of a fight.
I wouldn't want to send a child to walk up the rest of that hill face alone. The father, we could come back for.
There's no telling what other kind of creatures are out there.
There's also like one passive aggressive comment, like, he seems to know how to take care of himself.
Now it's too early to make assumptions about him, but I still assume he's an asshole. So
He's an asshole.
don't really get out.
We don't know that for sure. Also, there are children here. I cover her ears.
Oops.
I'm not a
If
child.
we had a swear jar.
Okay. Well, I imagine you guys are talking about this while you're kind of making your way outside of town,
Yeah.
somewhere or
That's what I
another.
was figuring.
All right. You notice as soon as you start moving out, the water around your ankles has thinned a lot. The waves are still hitting around where the docks were and no longer exist. The water is hitting there pretty hard and making some pretty good splashes, but it's not coming up onto into the town anymore. So it's puddles as far as you can see. And you were not the only ones who noticed that. The townspeople, there are some coming from maps. There are some coming from the caves to the north, where you went originally. There's some coming from the caves to the south, and there were a couple, just a couple, that did stay in town and went to high ground in the inns that managed to make their way out. But they come back, and as soon as they do, the tiefling woman comes screaming, just, my Claudia, my Claudia, my Claudia, thank you so much, I can't thank you enough. And she takes Claudia and starts heading back and to hopefully reclaim some of their belongings.
Happy to help. Somebody had to do it. I'm just glad she's okay.
And yeah, she's not even paying attention to you. she gives
It's
you.
fine. I've said my part, and I'm just gonna walk away.
Okay.
Well, ma'am, we still haven't found your husband at all. I don't know if you're worried about that at all.
That son of a bitch.
Fair.
Yep.
Very fair.
Fair.
That's all he says. That's all she says.
I share a look with Morn, and I'm like, yeah, it sounds like that. Sounds like how it is.
Okay. The townspeople are coming back. Some of them. I imagine that eventually the child kind of relays what happened when the father abandoned her when the water started coming in, and one of them tells you that with a wave of that force, if he walked outside while that water was coming in, he does not exist anymore.
I'm
He's
not surprised by this information.
yeah. If you were to find him, you either would never have a chance or you wouldn't like what you found. So he's not there. The townspeople slowly start to trickle back in to Gull's Roost, and they're devastated. But eventually, most of the ones come back. You notice that, of course, the town is not lively. People are kind of, scrambling around trying to gather up whatever they can. The couple that still have shops are trying to rebuild. But overall, most of the town did survive the incident. They did get out in time.
Well, while they're like trickling back in town, I want to ask around and try and figure out if there's anybody who's like particularly educated that the town goes to for information, like, or questions, like a priest of a temple, or
yeah,
a
that's
local librarian.
that's a good call. Let's let's take a quick 5 though, and we'll just pick up from there here in about 5 minutes.
All right. See you guys in 5.
Yeah.
Beep boop.
Hmm. I'm gonna make more tea for my habitat.
Present. I don't know if that was 5 minutes or not. I went real fast.
Times at least.
So I keep seeing a sim. I'm just assuming it's the same cat. Hop between Deb, Rack, just
Yeah.
an orange cat. Like, it's never on both cameras at the same time.
Oh.
You're the same cat. It's fine.
Yeah, it's interdimensional travel.
This cat curses our group.
One day it's just gonna walk in between like the cameras. It's just gonna go behind your couch onto my couch. It's gonna be.
Would you be that surprised?
I would be. Yeah. I mean, there's no cats here, so yeah, be scared.
Cats are
That'd be weird.
magic. Cats are magic, dude.
Did anybody manage to gather what the child said? Or parts of it?
I got the black draws near. 3 generals. What is that?
General.
Three
three generals
generals come before him.
Yeah.
Oh, we met the one general.
Well, I hope that was a general because he didn't seem terribly terrifying, except for
I did forget a word.
Was it-
wave.
Creepy green aura, and there's one of 3 orbs in the sky, right?
There were 3
There's
orbs
red,
in the
purple,
sky.
and green.
Okay.
Was it just the lieutenant?
I forgot a word at the very beginning. Weird noise.
A word?
The word I forgot is the black star.
Black star.
Oh, green, purple, and red. You are right. I think it's.
Yep.
Remember colors. We met green.
My thing was screwing up. So it was what were the colors of the stuff in the sky?
At the
There's a
very beginning.
green, purple,
Yeah.
Green, red, and lavender.
lavender.
And then the green one came down.
The green one came down. Yes.
Yeah.
Correct, yeah.
Sweet.
Okay.
So we're standing outside again.
Yep. You guys are
Can we
sort
look
of.
up and see? Are the other 2 orbs still there?
The other 2 orbs are still in the sky. Yes.
Okay.
Only the green one came down.
I'm really worried that these other 2 orbs are going to come down and create something on the scale of or worse than the tidal wave.
They can. So just real quick. Yeah. So you guys are in the center of the town, or what was the center of the town. The couple of buildings that do remain. You have 2 taverns, and maybe a couple of shops that were built out of stone. Most of the people that came back are. I mean, there's a lot of depression going on in the town right now. People have just lost everything. But they're trying to find places to stay. There probably won't be enough. Some of them are trying to gather up the little bits of whatever may remain of their area. Some people are grabbing bits of other areas or other shops just to hope that they have something. But throughout all of that, all of them are coming up over and over again to shake your hands and say thank you for defending them in the caves and for clearing the way in the center of the town. Was there
Happy
any?
to help.
Huh? Yeah.
Happy to help. Yeah.
They just keep
Yeah,
saying thank you,
Zarkin
thank you.
just standing there, looking really awkward with just big old grin on his face.
I speak to you. I say something to Azrak in Orcish. I say, is this? Are you not used to this treatment? It's okay. I'm not either.
No, people are usually running me out of towns.
Well, I think you'll find this one's pretty receptive now.
And those words are true. Everybody, for the most part, when you first got here, because it's a trade haven, it's not people. They've seen all types, so there's not a whole lot of prejudice. And what little there was has completely gone away. And people look you in the eye when they say thank you, and shake your hand, and they are genuinely appreciative of the work that you did. Um, so you're looking. It's about 1 o'clock in the afternoon after everything happened.
Man, all that before 1 o'clock.
Yeah.
And we got up late.
Drink.
If that's what we saw, what did we miss?
No one waking us up.
Apparently missed the entire town
Yeah,
evacuating.
I'm
How
pretty
much
sure
did
the
we drink
prejudice
last
that they
night?
had for us was them not waking us up.
You see, like even when you say that, you kind of watch them, and nobody's helping each other. They're out to recover their own lives, and that's about the end of it. They do appreciate the help that you gave them, but they don't return it to the other people in the town.
I have a question. I want to look at Taryn,
Yes, Taryn.
and I say, you seem like you know magic, and I have no idea what those orbs could be. If you had to try and research something like that, where would you go?
Well,
Where would you go, Taryn?
where would I go?
Where would you go? Indirectly asking the DM to drop us some
Directly
exposition.
Yeah,
if
I know.
there's
I keep forgetting. Wait, Taryn.
There's a check I can make. I mean, well, I am a sorcerer and not a wizard, so research isn't
I
really my
wouldn't know the
gig.
difference.
You can do
Net.
do a history check.
But I am fairly well educated, so
Ooh.
Yeah. There are probably some books on the subject. Not many. Or you may be able, because the town seemed to know, there's a decent chance that at least somebody in the town knows what just happened.
I want to go to the pub.
You want to go to the pub?
Just tell me a drink.
I in this
The
instance, I
barkeep.
would agree, Lamp. This might actually be a good idea.
Okay. There's
Someone know. Someone needs a drink.
there are two that stand.
lots of people know things at taverns.
Yeah.
They drinking it.
Exactly.
The two that are still standing are the anecdote and the acorn.
Thank
The
God
acorn.
the anecdote stayed.
Yeah, the anecdote got saved. The anecdote you guys know because you visited here at least last night. If you were not here longer, it's a nicer place. It's got kind of simple fare, good food. Nothing super special, but it does not have a rowdy crowd. And the acorn is a bit dirtier. Both of them have rooms, both of them have food. The acorn is dirtier, and if you would like some companionship, that is also for offer at the acorn.
Have we seen any sort of like local government so far? Any mayor or guards
Like
or
a
anything like that?
village.
It's generally like an economy run town. The mayor is not, if there is one, he is not particularly prevalent, I guess you would say.
They elected him like 6 years ago, and nobody's run against him. So
because nobody really cares that much.
Cool. Are there like merchant guilds around as well?
bless you.
No, not standing. No. Any kind of merchant stuff was handled directly on next to the docks. So any mention of it is gone.
Cool. I'm gonna take some time and just kind of get a feel for that though.
For what
See
kind
if
of?
there's any. Basically, looking for any of the guilds. I'm gonna try to establish something like that to see if I can benefit by my status in my cartographer's guild.
Okay.
I actually wanted to do something similar. I wanted to use Far Traveler, the background feed, to ask around anybody coming in and out of the pub, because I'm sure, like Lamp said, there's going to be a lot of people who want some drinks after a day like that, and I'm trying to question people about it, see if anybody knows any tales or folklore or have an education that somehow reference any of these things about the orbs, the generals, the three colors, and a black star.
Okay. I'm just gonna make a list down here. Was anybody else trying to do anything in particular, or?
Azrok's probably just gonna walk around and help people. Things, lift debris out of the way. Just trying to
Okay.
be useful.
Somebody's getting arrested at Alex's house.
I didn't think that was gonna be loud enough, and I saw my little phone, the voice thing going.
Lamp was the first one to speak. Is going to get drunk. Okay. Anybody else?
Yeah, I'll probably plop down at the bar and just listen to people getting drunk and seeing if they talk a bit too much about something interesting.
Okay.
Hoping somebody drops a scandal.
Yeah.
Taryn and Teddy, did you have a plan, or are you just kind of following?
I will go with Azrock and see what I can do to help the people in town.
Yeah, I'll jump in on that.
I feel so bad now. Like we're just off getting drunk and trying.
I don't.
Oh,
That's
we've got
right.
Two kinds of
humanitarian aid and philanthropy.
Well, people are going to complain at the bar, about their problems, and then I'll find and help them with their problems.
They get a little drunk and their lips get a little loose.
Yeah.
We're
Yeah.
stimulating the
Yeah.
local
Only my
economy
plan.
by buying these drinks for ourselves. That's what's happening.
That too.
Yeah.
We
You gotta
could
support
help
small
out the
business
town
owners.
if you want and buy a round for everybody. Lord knows I'm just getting a headache.
All right. Let's. I'll do these in order then. Tycon and Lamp. Which tavern did you want to go to? Let's start with that. The nice one or the shitty one?
And Ray.
And Ray.
I was going with them.
The nice one was like bigger, right?
And they know me and Ray
Yes.
/ recognize us.
Yeah, let's go. More people.
Yeah.
I feel like the clientele is going to be pretty much the same at both places after an incident like this.
You are
Right,
correct.
so,
Right now,
so-
nobody's really trying to get laid that much. Everybody's too depressed. So both will have. They're filling up. The rooms are filling up real quick. A lot of people are kind of like rushing in to get rooms as quick as they can. Other people are they're turning to drink to kind of soothe their minds a bit. Are you guys ponying up to the bar, or?
I am.
Okay. Let's move you back to the tavern scene here.
Who left that child in the bar?
Are there drinking ages in this town?
She gone. So there's a bunch of people in here. Ignore the emptiness of my picture. Okay, so you're ponying up to the bar. Let's say if for anybody having a drink. Oh yeah, you know what? Every time you go to purchase a drink from somebody at the bar, somebody else plops down a gold and takes care of it for you. You guys are drinking for free, and every single time they say thank you, thank you, thank you. We really appreciate what you did for us.
Got you, Dan.
So some folks are off to the right a little bit, and they're just kind of in line trying to get whatever rooms are left. And there's a couple people that are drinking. Are you just listening in, trying to hear something, or?
I'm going to wait until I see somebody who's probably a little more calm, because, or I don't know. I'm just going to be asking around. Anybody who comes in, just want to ask, hey, who would know about folklore or any sort of story about 3 generals and a black star, or 3 orbs?
Most of the time when you say that to people, they just they look at you, and it's far too recent, and they do not like being reminded that all of this just happened. It's the last thing that they want to think about, so a lot of them walk away. But eventually, a little dwarf man, he's grayed out pretty good, and he kind of sits down, and he kind of holds your ear a little bit, and that's it. He doesn't say much, you might have to egg him on a little.
I'll slap a coin down to get 2 sets of drinks over here for me and this gentleman. I say, so you haven't seemed to have left yet. Do you have anything to share, or are you just looking for some company after a rough day?
Well, you know, a little bit of both. What was it you were looking to know?
I heard something about 3 generals and a black star that was approaching.
Well,
Everybody's too afraid of the ominous phrase to really give me any useful information.
well, I don't know much about that, but if you were talking about that monstrosity that just hit and caused all of this wreckage, then you know, there's only been small tellings. Supposedly, it's supposed to bring on Lord Carrick, and so the rest of us kind of hoped that whatever star fell would not be falling here. So that's why we, you know, as soon as they appeared in the sky, we ran up to the. They lost me. What was the last thing you heard?
He's back.
What was the last thing you heard?
Okay.
He said not much.
There's only one
There's
thing.
only been
There's only been one something.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Basically, right before you started to explain anything important.
Hold on, let me just reset all you guys into your little areas. It's gonna be a little crooked, but whatever. It's here. No, did a bad thing. Okay. Yeah, he's yeah, if you're talking about the monstrosity that fell out of the sky, I don't know anything about generals, but we a couple of people were whispering about how these things were about to fall and hit the earth. So the rest of us took high ground, hoping it wouldn't hit us or hit right offshore. And you know, I think we got out a little bit lighter than a lot of us had expected. So that, you know, it wasn't too bad.
When did you start seeing these things in the sky?
Yeah.
What? Say that again.
When did you start seeing these things in the sky?
They showed up early this morning.
Did you see a man who was walking around? He had green eyes and what were, did he have black hair that was long? Or?
No, he had well-kept graying hair.
Well-cut graying hair and green eyes. Yeah, was there anybody like that in the village before the orbs?
Not that I saw, my man.
Came down.
Not that I'm aware of.
Say you had to leave this town. You wanted to find information about odd magic. Where would you go?
Not a lot of folks around here who might know. You might just have to get lucky. Talk to I don't know. Don't have a mage's guild. The closest one would probably be up in Turset, but that's across the water.
Well, thank you, and good luck for building after this. And I'll slap another gold coin down.
Thank you kindly.
Lean over and then in Dwarvish ask him, sure you don't know anything else?
Depends on what you're looking for. I know a lot
Now
of.
that the
I know a
Tallies
lot
take
about a
care of
little.
you.
What are you looking to learn,
Nothing
my friend?
else about it. You haven't heard any ridiculous fairy tales about these lights? Nothing that sounded like children's stories
I mean,
before, maybe?
you hear a lot of stuff, but about as much as I know, I passed on to your friend there.
Fair enough. Thank you for your time.
Yep. And he takes his drinks and walks away. Or Lamp, are you gonna ask him something, or were you doing something else?
Oh no, I was
Challenge him
gonna
to a drinking contest.
Ooh, that could work too.
I mean,
I was gonna lean over to the barkeep, ask for another drink, and ask if stuff like this has happened before. Like, I understand that they're like a coastal town, but like,
Yeah. The barkeeper
do they
is a
flood like a
nondescript
lot?
humanoid. They give you your drink. He pushes the coin back. Somebody else has paid for it. He says, "This is the first first time it's ever happened here. I mean, if it happened all the time, we wouldn't build a town here. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but y'all knew to go up to the mountains and hide in those caves.
Well, a couple of the
What's
crazies
going
were
on
talking
there?
about a star falling and it's going to cause, if it hit us or if it hit in the water, then it was, we've had waves before. I mean, that's a thing that'll happen from
Who
time
are
to
these
time.
crazies you mentioned?
I mean,
Somebody was warning about this before it happened.
just little fanatics in the street, they pop in from town to town. You probably hear them screaming and crying. You wait long enough.
Can you give us some names?
Not really.
Description?
Nobody ever really stops to talk to them. They're usually dirty.
So,
They stink. Yeah, homeless types. They're crazies.
They don't appear to have some sort of common garb. They don't wear the same clothes. They don't look the same at all.
No, looks like they went out of their way to find the dirtiest thing they could possibly find, and that's all they have in common.
and no one knows who they are. You can't point us in any particular direction.
They're usually just out on the street screaming and hollering. About the end is coming.
Sure,
the
they'll
end is
have
coming.
something
You
to
know the
holler
types.
about after today.
Do
You
they
can leave another
use
day.
sandwich boards?
Try and leave.
What'd you say, Lamp?
They said they're not wearing sandwich boards or something. Look
Oh.
through.
Not usually. But I'll tell you, they always got their hand out. So I don't know what they're up to, but one of them's always screaming about something.
All right.
How long are you guys gonna stay and drink?
I've already done drinking. I haven't even started.
Knock back another one. And then I'll head out. Get
Okay.
rid of this hangover.
That's I'm gonna do 3 for Lamp. Give me a Constitution check.
Uh-oh.
Can't help myself.
Goof.
I'm cool. It's fine.
It's all good.
Don't worry about me.
It's hitting you. You're a little stumbly. I guess whatever they had left was the strong shit.
Or they need strong shit after today.
Yeah. Or yeah, they just assume everybody needs the strong shit. So. All right, let's go to Morin. And you were saying you were trying to look at whatever would be possible with a merchant's guild in the area.
Yeah, so I'm gonna head down to the docks, trying to see if anything, see if anyone is rummaging through the wreckage that maybe has someone of note from one of the guilds, something like that.
You see a couple people. Well, you see plenty of people down on the docks, kind of shifting through some stuff. It's mostly garbage and broken wood. The wave was sizable, so the initial force would have knocked over whatever stands were closest to the harbor, and then whatever following water would have washed it away. So most of them are just kicking around little bits of wood, picking up coins here and there as they can. But you do see a couple people that are similarly dressed in like nicer red and blue robes.
Cool. I would like to approach the shortest one.
The shortest one? Okay. The shortest one is still human, but about 5'7".
I walk up to this person.
Yep. He looks down at you. Just kind of gives you a little nod and keeps kicking around and coins.
Hi, I'm Warren. I'm from the Cartographers Guild. I have a couple questions for you. Can you answer my questions now, please?
I can certainly try. You're kind of a strange little fella.
Hey.
Sorry,
Not very-
didn't mean to
was uncalled
offend.
for.
I didn't mean to offend. Been a hard day for all of us.
Yes, so I'm part of the Cartographers Guild, and I am just looking to see if anyone would have any information about this guy. I can put out this map that's probably about the size of my person and go, I think this star thing landed over here. That's pretty far, yet we're still affected, so I'm concerned about the other two in the sky. And if we can predict where they're going to fall, we can predict possibly the outcome and evacuate accordingly. So, little kids aren't left in bars by themselves.
Well, I mean, I see what you're saying. I don't know how much I can tell you about it one way or the other. You're right though. The one did hit the main continent up north of us. The other two, from what I can gather, there's not much we can tell about where they're going to hit or even when.
Well, if we felt this effect so far from the main continent, the destruction there must be tremendous. That's very concerning.
Yeah. Yep. I can absolutely agree with you. I would have hated to be on that side of the water there. Hopefully those folks made it out okay and it didn't hit anybody, or it didn't hit any major cities.
Yes. Would you know who I can talk to? Maybe someone who has higher authority in the city that will be able to, maybe give us some direction a little bit more about these orbs in the sky.
I don't know. And he kind of scratches his face for a little bit before kind of coming back to there was a one of the clerics. His name's Jippa. He seemed to know a lot about it, but
Yep.
besides, yep.
Yep. Perfect. Is there a church nearby? I'm fairly new here. I just came in the other day.
He kind of pokes his head up and looks around all over the town, and there's not one that I can see standing. But he's been known to drink a bit, so you might want to try one of the taverns and see if you can't find him.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a little fella, kind of like yourself.
I know some holy men I met earlier this morning. I bet you they can help me out. Thank you kindly, sir. And then Morin runs away before he can say goodbye.
Yep, he doesn't say shit because he ran away too fast.
And
He was about to tell you, wait, they're also a convicted killer.
Wait, but I know every piece of backstory you need to know. All right, so before we do that, let's do Ray. Oh, Ray was going with the other ones. Azrock, Taryn, and Teddy.
The Good Samaritans.
You guys are helping out with the folks around town?
Yeah. For me, I'm just kind of walking around, and if I see someone, I don't know, moving something or trying to dig through rubble, I'll come over and try and help. Kind of just aimlessly walking through.
Okay. Yeah, every single one of them is real happy to have the help. A couple of them, remember you from before, and the ones who don't just think you're, just a helpful sort. And a few of them try to give you a tip.
Wow, these guys lost their homes and they're still willing to give you money.
Yeah.
I refuse. Saying,
Okay.
I'm just here to help.
They're a little insistent, and when you refuse, they're even more grateful. And they look you in the face when they say thank you. They're probably going to remember this for a little bit. But yeah, they
Still the big old stupid grin on his face.
still big old stupid grin. All right.
It's just stuck there after today.
Yeah. Azrock or Teddy working into that.
Oh, there it is again.
You're good.
Lamp.
What?
There you go.
Found a kitty.
You have a weird noise. Teddy or Taryn?
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and just keep following along the big guy. He seems like the safest person to be with right now, so if he's helping, then I'm gonna jump
Yeah.
in and help out too.
Plus, you stand behind him and it's like 3/4 cover.
Right, yeah, it's great.
Yeah.
And just I guess in between, just try to get to know the two of them a little bit as we're helping people out, and just kind of ask them where they're from and try to get a little info on them.
Okay. You guys can RP that out.
Okay. So Azrak, you said that that you're not used to being in towns like this. Where do you come from?
I actually grew up with an orc tribe down south of here. But luckily I was able to leave and lived for a few years with some nice people, but the rest of the people in town didn't like an orc living so close to them, and I left before anything bad happened. Before they did anything bad to my new friends there, and just yeah.
I'm sorry that happened. I'm sure you miss your friends.
Yeah, but I have a few things to remember him by, and he reaches down and grabs the amulet of Helm hanging around his neck.
Well, that thing's pretty cool.
Oh, yeah. He's the protector, and I'm just trying to be more like that. The orcs I grew up with weren't. Well, let's just say they spend most of their time running around killing people. And, I'm trying to do my part to right that.
Well, I think you did a pretty good job of being a protector today.
Yeah, it's a lot easier when you're in a group. I've tried doing this a couple times, and by myself didn't work out great.
You gonna make it?
What about you, Taryn? Where are you from?
I am I'm from a town called Lichtenberg. It's a bit of a ways from here now. I've been traveling on my own for a while. Just
Teddy, you've
trying
heard
to
of
learn
my
about
town.
the world, learn about myself, see what's out here, and I want to go home someday, but I don't feel like I'm ready. My family expects big things from me.
Like fame and fortune, or just like bringing them a good souvenir, or what?
Well, they sort of run the town,
Oh, you're one of
and
those.
yeah, and yeah, they there's a lot I need to do when I get home, but I don't feel like I'm strong enough yet.
Question out of character. When Teddy says one of those, do they mean one of those people that I steal from, or?
No, just like one of the important people.
Oh, you're one of those, a target. How's your house set up? When are the guard rotations?
Yeah. Do you leave your doors unlocked? Just curious.
Do you have a spare key for friends?
And when Taryn said that, Azrar kind of gave him a little bit of a glare. Like, not much.
All right. Is anybody bouncing anything off of Teddy, or are we moving on? Or was anybody accepting the tips?
No.
Okay. Yeah, you help a lot of
No,
people,
but
and you meet a lot of friendly faces trying to recover. This could or could not affect things later on, but you probably feel pretty happy. If anybody wanted to ask Teddy stuff before we move on.
yeah, I mean, what's your story?
Oh, I just I grew up in Faerun and decided to travel out and see the world and get the most out of it while I could.
And then a tiger kills Taryn.
Your mom.
Okay. Are we resolving it there?
Yeah.
I'll say yes. All right. Morin, were you gonna follow up on your lead?
I think I'm gonna look for my holy men in my party before I go talk to Yippa.
Okay.
So I'm looking for
Love
Ajrock
that
and
name.
Tychon.
Ray? Oh, you're raising your hand as a holy man. Oh, you're quiet. Can't hear shit.
Sorry, I think I would be with Tychon, right?
Ray
Yeah, me and
is
Ray
Ray,
left the
Tychon,
bar with
and
Tychon.
Lamp are all together.
Yeah. Okay.
The other three are out helping, and Morin is kind of wandering about. Let's say everybody kind of resolves their tasks. Lamp, Tychon, and Ray stayed at the bar the whole time. All three of you, please give me a Constitution. And everybody else is meeting up at the anecdote.
I wasn't drinking while I was there.
Okay. If you were not drinking, then.
What's the point?
Imagine like they'd be giving me a glass and like somebody else try and pay for it, and I'm like, no, it's just water.
Oh,
It's okay, I take it.
Yeah, Lamp gave me another Constitution
It's a
check.
2-9.
And,
Double fisting him, just
yeah. Tychon's drinking like a champ. Lamp is not shaping up so great, but that's fine.
Drinking for
But in its own way, that's also great.
Go.
Just keep rolling until it's good.
At one point, Lamp like just runs to a window. Doesn't even try to find like a bathroom or anything. Runs to the window and just is about to hurl out the window and just sees a kid and manages to swallow it down and goes back to the bar and keeps drinking.
Morin ducks.
Morin ducks.
Big role model, what can I say?
Yeah, some kid. It's Morin out there.
Yeah, it's Morin. That's good. Okay, so you have the whole party together. Morin, I'll let you take control if you want.
Yeah, is Azrock wearing his holy symbol?
Yes, he is. It's hanging around his neck.
Azrock, I need your help. I'm looking for this man named Yippa, and he will be able to answer all our problems. Give us all the answers we need.
I don't think I know him.
A single man who can fix all our problems?
Don't all you holy folk know each other?
No, I don't really know any other holy folk except Walter. That's another story.
I've only seen Azrock and Tychon as holy men myself.
Okay, we're looking for a short man named Yippa in one of these bars. Have you seen him? Looking for a man, maybe wearing some robes. What do holy people do? Read their Bibles? Maybe a door. I don't know. Just
is
a
that
holy
guy
man.
still there?
I'm gonna walk into this bar and go, Yippa, where are you?
Huh? What do you want?
Where?
It must be right. It must be that gentleman right there.
Yeah, there's a little fella who just kind of looks at you, and he's half drunk already, and he's at a table by himself.
It's good that we found him before he was entirely drunk.
He's hitting it pretty hard.
Morin will take Azrock by the hand. It's like, come on, you need to talk to this guy. All you holy men get along, right? Yeah, you talk to this guy.
Okay, I guess.
He sees you walk up, and you, Yippa and Azrock, you kind of have the same realization at the same time. You're both wearing the holy symbol of Helm. You both worship and appreciate Helm's work and try to be a protector.
I point to the holy symbol. Go, see, be friends, be merry. I leave to order food.
It's paid for.
So I see you're also a follower of Helm.
Yep, my whole life. Welcome. Have a seat.
All right. Yeah, I'll sit down. I think my friend over there wanted to ask you something, but he's gone now.
Takes a drink.
Morin.
One second. Comes back with like a basket of bread.
All right, it's soggy, but that's okay. You don't mind.
Yippa. Do you know anything about the 3 orbs in the sky, or 2 now? I guess technically.
I've heard about them. I don't know how much of it's true, but I've heard of them.
Morin will go into his pack, pull out this giant map, completely pushing aside any sort of cups or food
Yeah.
on the table, probably onto a nearby chair or the floor if there is none available. Put it down. It's like, I think this star landed here, and I take a little, like a pencil or something and circle it. If these two things fall down again, we're in a lot of trouble, and I can't imagine the destruction.
Yep.
Tell me what you know. Tell me everything. Tell me now.
There's not a lot that's known about it. The people who talk about these things are, I mean, they're not worshippers. They're not holy men. They're not anything. And most of the time, everybody thought they were crackpots. So, the couple of things I have heard may not be reliable. So it's really up to you. I know that they talk about the Black Star, but none of them were black. And some of them say that the Black Star is Carrick. Lord Carrick come to, bring a new era of night or whatever the fuck he's talking about. Who knows?
Does that ring a bell for anything?
What's that?
Does the name Lord Carrick ring a bell?
Probably not. Do a religion check, Azrock.
All right. Nope.
Nope,
I
not a
have
clue.
not heard of him.
All right. Well, does he have some mission where he is trying to target specific people, or because if he attacked over here, everything in this area is pretty screwed.
I don't see. I don't really know because I mean, again, Black Star, but they say he's going to be a couple. He's going to have three of his followers are going to hit the ground or some shit like that. I don't know. And they're going to wreak havoc and make a place for him to come down and destroy all good on the earth. But I mean, it's all fairy tales,
We met a young girl who we have mildly promised to not tell anyone her name. But she may be 7, she may be half tiefling, and she may be named Claudia. Maybe. But she mentioned something about the Black Star drawing near in some sort of weird voice.
A lot of people have been mentioning it.
But a 7-year-old girl?
I mean, I don't know. She could have heard some ramblings from her parents. I don't know what to tell you. The only thing I know, I mean, I don't know anything. Like, this is all nonsense to me. I haven't heard anything about it. If there's any truth in it, then this Carrick at the most is just a demigod who's revolting.
That's enough to bring a tsunami in. And I think that's enough to gather our attention, at least.
Maybe.
Do you know anywhere we can look up this Lord Carrick, a library or something?
There's not a lot of people who would know anything about it. Every story you hear is completely different. So, might be. I mean, the capital has the biggest library in the world.
He's talking to him in the same tavern that we're all in right now, right?
Yeah, you guys are over at the bar unless you trickled over.
Oh, I'm definitely trickling over. He's got some.
I have trickled over.
He dramatically
Morin's very
cleared
loud,
the table and everything.
Yeah, yeah. This little tiny halfling is exceptionally loud, and you guys make your way over.
You mentioned the capital. Is that Tursit or
Locke? You don't know what the fucking capital is? Jesus.
I haven't been out in the world much. I'm sorry.
I'll show you.
Pardon my ignorance.
So the capital is Locke, the capital city. He says you might be able to, they have the biggest library in the world. It is a very large city. And you may be able to gain access to the library if it helps you in any way.
And from where are we from, Locke? I don't see us on the map.
You guys are in Gull's Roost on the right.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Tursit might be
the other
closer.
side.
We should stop there first along the way.
Well, if my predictions are correct, the star would have fallen over here. Tursit might be gone.
I was told that that magic is very prominent there. Maybe they had a way to defend themselves, or maybe they found a way to survive it. Should still check it out.
I mean, it's an obvious stop, but I think I need to go home and see what's going on with my hometown.
Do you think you'll get to lock fast enough to warrant skipping the trip to Tursit?
I mean, I
'Cause
think
from Hell's
Tursit is
Roost, we-
Where are you from, little
fine,
man?
but
Where are you from?
I'm from a small town called Drummond.
It's not even close.
No, but
I've ever seen
if-
a map.
if we head to Tursit, I might want to bail north and check what's going on there. Maybe, do I know anything about Lichtenberg?
That's where
Lichtenberg.
I'm from.
Yep, Lichtenberg is a fairly large city. It's not nearly as large as Locke. Medium to large city, owned for generations, many generations by the Lichtenberg family. It was started by them and named after them. And it's kind of it is also a trade hub, but it is a center for diplomacy. A lot of continent-wide meetings are held there.
So, I'm guessing taking a land route from Tursit would be better than trying to take a boat around the southern part of the continent.
Ryan?
Yep.
Looking at the map that he's got drawn out, do I wager, would I know of a path around Goldhawk that I could get us through that would make it faster to travel that way than going around the mountains?
You would probably have a reasonable shot at figuring out how to get through those mountains as compared to most.
Right. If we do want to get to Locke, I might be able to get us there faster if I take us through this route and I traced on the map. I've been there.
Warren's gonna take out his cartographer's tools and start trying to figure out a trail based on his maps, and then what Ray.
I don't have any maps. It was mostly by memory.
It's like, well, if you were to place a trail, where would it be?
I'd do my best to scribble out something or trace it with my finger.
And I have no idea what's happening.
Three drinks in, and now you're being forced to learn cartography.
It's a map. I don't know. I don't know.
I would advise we head to Tursit and see if we can get some more information, and then find a direct route from there.
Who is Warren talking to?
Yippa.
Yippa.
Another halfling who seems to... Cleric, right?
No,
Who knows
nothing.
Yeah.
Can I try to buy him a drink and get more information out of him?
Sure. Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to do that. I'm going to get him a drink and be like, you've done a lot for the spiritual health of this land, right? So, because everyone needs spiritual healing after an event like this.
Yeah.
So, what can you tell us? You told us about the star. You told us about the other stars. Can you give us any more information about how we can figure out? Can you figure this out for us? Where are we going?
What?
What? I'm also a little incoherent.
Yeah. So is he. But I don't know what you. But
Tell us anything more. I mean,
fucking,
no religion.
Roll
spiritual
persuasion.
dude.
Between the two of them, do their incoherencies somehow fall into the
that's
same
what I'm kind of
wavelength?
hoping.
Yeah. A little bit.
It's I can get him to talk. I just need to get a little bit more drunk.
Some of my language proficiencies, drunk.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
That's
No,
fine
that's
with
good
me.
enough. He's just. I mean, it's all fucking nonsense, man. You can't. I don't know what to tell you with these crazies, but they talk about how the Black Star has, 3 demon generals, and it's all fucking nonsense.
Okay, generals have just been
Guys.
upgraded to demon generals.
Guys, you gotta
Jesus
find the
Christ.
crazies. 2 people said it now.
Just
Guys.
create,
I liked it
mean,
better when it was just generals.
Demon
you
generals.
bring us into demon generals.
They
I
know
mean, but
something about it.
it's all nonsense.
You guys see Ray like tense up a little bit at the mention
Oh.
of demons.
Forgive me,
So-
sir,
What?
but
What?
you say nonsense. But with
What?
everything that's happened today,
We got hit by
there's
an asteroid.
3
And then
glowing orbs in the sky.
Sure, but
Asteroids don't just wait to fall, sir.
we can't.
Yeah, they're just hanging there.
Green ones do.
Fine. We can't jump right to, the fucking Black Star is coming out of the sky and he's just gonna lay waste to the entire world. I mean, gotta have some
Did you
I
hope.
see what you're saying, but
kid?
clearly something unusual is happening.
Yeah, I'll grant you that. But I don't claim to know what it is. I can just tell you what I heard.
Guys, I'm gonna find a crazy person. Taryn, you with me?
Yeah.
Ray, we're gonna find a crazy person.
Even
I
if
mean,
it's
this guy's
just to keep
great.
you
Is this
upright.
really the
Crazy.
best idea? Can't we
Dude.
wait until you sober up and to see if it's still a good idea?
I mean, what?
Who's the soberest?
Who's gonna listen to me?
Morin and Ray do intelligence.
Oh God.
Hey. Ooh. All right. Both of you guys have zeros. Yeah. Both of you guys can probably piece together that at least for the moment, you are stuck in Gull's Roost or on the island. You are stuck on the island. There are other towns within Gull's Roost, but you are not getting to the mainland anytime. You're not getting to the mainland tonight. The boats were destroyed. You saw them when you came
That
in.
makes sense.
Let's swim it.
So you need to figure out how to get.
Crazy person.
If you want to get back, you need to figure out how to get the boats back.
Is this what's the biggest city on this island?
On this
Yeah,
island,
can we
you're
go
in.
back to the island on the map?
Oh, back to the island map. You're in the biggest city.
Well, that doesn't help. Perfect.
There seems to be a small village south of here. Why don't we, and another larger one to the north. Why don't we see if they've got any materials to bring back and make a boat? If everything here has been destroyed, I imagine it's going to be slim pickings for a while.
That's what the business folk are going to try to definitely help us with that.
Actually, you said that there were a couple ships that were now just sitting in the middle of town, right?
Destroyed.
What if we found those
Pieces
other
of
guys
ships, sure, but
who can help us fix a boat?
You mean the crazy people?
The crazy people, the other fighting ones. I don't know. Someone.
Maybe we can try and convince them to assist us in crafting, salvaging a boat until we can get help.
Wait, but who knows how to sail a boat? None of you knew how to sail a boat when the wave was coming in, so why would you know how to sail a boat now?
Well, that wasn't why we didn't try.
So was I.
We have a lot more sway here than we would at the other villages.
That's true.
So what would you do?
okay.
If you absolutely needed to get out, what would you do?
Oh,
You guys are coming up on the end of the night. It's probably about 10 o'clock. Most of the people are shuffling off to bed. Even Yippa goes off to find some place to sleep. The anecdote has put aside its largest room for all of you if you wanted to share it.
we can't take 7 rooms to people where
No,
most of
one
their
giant room.
locals. Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. Like we got to share because every other room is actually occupied by somebody who is now homeless.
Right.
We
Morin.
we have more sway here. We should try to see if we can find a sailor who's willing to help us build a boat to leave.
I think you're right.
It's probably a good idea, but it's getting pretty late, so maybe we should try that in the morning.
I'll be staying in this room. Come wake me if anything happens. I'm a light sleeper.
Can I walk? I want to walk with Ray to the room. Ray, so in that conversation, when Yippa brought up demons, he kind of had a reaction. What's going on with that?
You see the same reaction again, like the fist tenses up like on the spear. I'm just not fond of them.
Oh yeah, I don't know a lot of people that are, except for other demons, I guess. Just seemed like an extra reaction, you know, because I don't think most people like them. So I was just curious about your
They're
relationship
cruel
with them.
creatures that will go to no end to inflict harm on others.
Okay,
Nice
yeah,
to
so you
hear
just
that.
don't like them. Okay, yeah, that's okay.
And I've seen them before. It's not something I'd like to recall.
Okay.
That's all.
All right, well, sleep tight.
You too. And then I go through the door that you're going to be using to go through in about an hour anyways. Or 30 minutes whenever you go to sleep. So I guess it's good that I don't lock it.
Yeah, because everybody else is sleeping in there.
Could I have overheard that? Gotten upset? Just because
Do
of my
a
Perception?
deception.
I'll say
deception?
perception for them to notice us, because neither of us were trying to hide it.
Yeah, but you didn't know she was falling. Yeah, she got it anyway.
Of course you do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Is everybody turning in?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
Pretty much.
All right. We'll call it there. You guys can pick it up with whatever your plan is in the morning.
Woo.
There will be more stuff, but yeah, that's session 1, and there'll be a lot more shit going on. Good job.
Nice playing with you all.
All right. Yeah. Nice.
I'm
Yeah,
so glad we
time,
died in the
everybody.
first combat.
Yeah.
Boy, would that have been embarrassing.
I
Only-
tried, man. I thought I was putting on a little heavy, but you fucking crushed it. So now I have to make everything a lot harder.
No.
I got real close.
Yeah, you did. But yeah, I thought I was putting on a little heavy just to be safe, but nope. No, it was kick. So I'll fix it. Oh, but because I gave you guys 2 combats in the first one, and we had some real good RP, everybody is leveling up. So next session,
Yay!
it's a long
Ooh.
rest. Everybody will be level 2
It's such cool shit now.
next week.
All right.
Okay.
For the record, you were going just heavy enough that it was bad. It's just that there were very few people front line to get hit.
Yeah, that's true. Like, I was like, does the monk know that he's not the tank? Because I'm gonna hit him.
He
I'm
does.
gonna hit him
He's
real
gonna figure
good.
it out. Next time it's just gonna be dodge tank. Like I'll go in and then I just dance.
Yep. Oh yeah, you're level 2 now. You can fucking do that
I
nonsense.
can. It's gonna be great.
But yeah,
I can do it twice.
Okay, I get vicious mockery. I'm ready for it.
yeah.
Alright.
Thanks. I think it was a good first session, and I'll rebalance some stuff and write some more fun things to do, and we'll move on.
So I'm hearing is we're all dead next week.
Probably.
Yeah.
Probably.
I was way too eager this time around.
Yeah, I was
You
hoping
see
you guys
this
took your
guy?
sweet ass time because the next combat you would have steamrolled. So
Oh,
now
yeah.
I get to rebalance everything and kill you. So that's gonna be great.
All right.
Uh,
I'll see you guys later.
Perfect.